What's up, good people? Y'all know how I do. Y'all know how I go. Always starting on CP time. One of these days, I'm going to get a clock on the wall that's going to be 15, whatever time it is, Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to get a clock on the wall that's going to be set 15 minutes behind that. So y'all will know what time I'm on. Or in the words of Gandalf the Grey. Uh, he didn't say a Negro, but he said a wizard. But just replace the words. He said a wizard is never, what do you say, is never arrives late or never arrives early. He arrives precisely when he intended to. Shout out to everybody in the building. We about to be looking at this Kevin Samuels Brittaney Renner discussion. Y'all know what time it is. Y'all know what we about to get into. Let's get ready to go. Let's get it.
Peace, folks. This is X from TPOT Media. Open your mind and wake your black ass up. You know what time it is. Hit that damn like button as you make your way in the door. Grab a seat, settle in, get ready. It's the Grown Man Hour with your host, my man, Bernard Riley.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Mumia Obsidian Ali. You know who I am. I need no introduction, right? And you're listening to the Grown Man Hour with my man Bernard Riley, heard weekdays right here on YouTube. What do you think about that? How about that? Now let's get back on with the show. Thank you.
What's up, good people? Welcome to the show. Hit the like button on the way in. Yeah, I know what time it is. Yeah, I know what we're about to get into here. Still dotting some I's, crossing some T's. CP standard time in effect. In effect. Why am I not seeing that? What I want to see? There it is. Okay. There it is right there. We are getting this thing going. I'd like to thank everybody who's in the building. Already got a decent early turnout, almost closing in on 100 people in the building before we even made it to the 5-minute mark. You know, I like that. You know, I appreciate that. So make sure you hit the like button. Let everybody know that you are here and that we are ready to get this thing going, ready to get this thing started. I am still fumbling with some things here. But no, shout out to everybody. Shout out to the early bird squad, those that make it in bright and early before we even get things started. Stoic One in the building says, peace to BR in chat. Young J in the building says 5 thumbs down. Yeah, I'm mad this morning. I noticed that. Normally it means it's about to be a good stream if I get a lot of early dislikes. So I'm with it. I'm ready for it. He said this should be a good one. Salute to all. Shout out to Uneducated Lame. Mike and Vince Perkins in the building. I meant to reach out to y'all. I will be doing that probably right after this show. Says good morning. Respectfully, he says he respectfully got a lot of talking points off. Really good interview. That's truthfully, and some people underrate that aspect of what I just said right there, but that's really, truthfully, what it's about for me. That's truthfully what it's about for me. You know, you're not going to part the Red Sea. But you can listen. If certain things were said that needed to be said and needed to be heard by the masses, and he's using a conversation with Brittaney Renner to get the information out there, then I'm all with it. I'm all for it. I am absolutely for it. But shout out to Mike and Vince Perkins, Big Mag in the building. Shout out to Big Mag. Gail Lockett in the building. Shout out to you. Shout out to C Gully. Shout out to you. The Mac Trucker in the building said Kevin Samuels did a good interview, but all I got from this is that Brittaney realizes that she hit in the wall. Now that she's almost 30. Yeah, it was kind. Yeah, I know where you're going. I know where you're going, but I didn't. I almost didn't see her really, truly, realizing that to its full capacity. She still was on some what I would call female hopium. She was on some female hopium when it came to results and outcomes of women as they get older, not acknowledging that it shrinks. She even threw Kevin Samuels' mother's late marriage. And yes, a late marriage can happen. It can happen. It's a thing. It's a thing. But let me get this mic just right. But yes, women blowing their early years is a thing as well. And shout out to Black Wolf Inc., the first super chat in the building. I don't read my super chats. I have someone to read my super chats for me.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. That was a good discussion last night and absolutely revealed today's modern woman is a Disney princess syndrome global epidemic.
Shout out to Black Wolf Inc.
Sincere underscore cracking up 86. Good morning, Brother Bernard. Enjoying content? Question. It seemed like his energy was different during conversation, in my opinion.
I disagree with that. He normally give people more or less what they give him. The times when she started trying to smuggle in some BS, he caught it. He checked it, respectfully. But if she would have got up and amped up on him, I tend to believe he would have gave her the energy back. Because if you watch the discussion she was having with DJ Academics, she was getting all the way live on the DJ Academics. I just listened to that one this morning. And it was wild. It was like, well, okay, it wasn't wild, but she was clapping. She was clapping at him, and so I tend to believe had Kevin Samuels said something that triggered her to respond like that, and I think he would have responded similarly, maybe not exactly to how he responded to women on his show, but one thing I've never seen him do, I've never seen him back down from talking points. Honestly, the only time I've ever seen him do that is like if you're talking to a man that he really respects, like Alpha Male Strategy said, he thinks a high value man could make $50,000 a year. Kevin Samuels just respectfully disagreed and moved on, But if a woman come on his show and say something that he vehemently disagreed with, he challenges it every time. So long as he challenged her on every talking point, I mean, two people agreed to do a collaboration together. It's not going to get wild out. They're not going to be fisticuffs in there. So that part, we know that's not going to happen. We know that wasn't how that was going to go down, but it did certainly. It was certainly a respectful interview with a little bit of debate where she challenged him on some stuff, pushed back on some stuff, and he countered correctly. So I don't have a problem with it. I wouldn't go as far to say some that an energy was different or something like that. I wouldn't go as far to say that. But shout out to Sincere cracking up in the building, dropping the where are we at? Where we at? Dropping the $5 on it. Shout out to Justin March also coming through with the $5. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. Where are we at? All right. Shout out to Early Bird Squad. Shout out to the early super chats. Shit. Damn. See, I cussed early in the stream. I didn't mean to do that. Somebody said she sound like she is from Yellowcorn, Mississippi. Are you talking about Brittaney Renner, or are you talking about that's actually my woman in the back, in what I call the green, was going to be the green room when I get this all the way up and running. She's back there reading the super chats. She's not country. She's from Michigan. So I don't know if you yeah, I don't know if you I don't know if you was referring to her or Brittaney Renner, but either way it goes, it's kind of damn funny. Kind of damn funny. But shout out to everybody. Yes, y'all see that backdrop. Y'all see that backdrop. Yes, that's going on. I needed some. I'm still playing around with the lights, but the lighting on this camera angle that I got right here could use a little touch and shine on my little backdrop a little better. But either way it go, we are up and running, doing the thing here. But yeah, so we about to get into the interview. We almost got 200 people in here. Hit the like button. Let's get ready to go. Let's get it. So my biggest takeaways from that. Well, first of all, let me back up and say something about Brittaney Renner. If you notice, I've never done content on Brittaney Renner. Didn't do it. Didn't care. It was just, as far as I was concerned, an Instagram chick who was smashing some professional athletes. I'm like, what else is new? What else is new? I apologize. I'm looking down at my camera because I'm trying to check on something. I apologize. But while I'm check on that, we got another super chat coming in right there.
Sincere _ cracking up 86 says, I got another question. Why his energy different than usual on his platform?
Somebody just asked that question and I didn't get that. I mean, it sounds like you listen to him through sound bites and clips of him snapping on people. And when he snap on people, yeah, he have snapping energy. Yeah. Like that's just the reality of it. She didn't say nothing in that interview that caused him to snap. When she said things he disagreed with, he shot it down. He picked it apart just like he normally does. And if she would have came back at him with some bad energy, I think he would have gave her back the same energy. She came back with good energy, respectfully disagreeing energy, and he explained why he disagreed with her, and they had a good conversation from there. So I don't buy that the energy was all wrong. I don't buy that argument. You falling in the category of somebody who's just expecting him to cuss somebody out. Some of his best conversations to me were the ones where he kept it real. He stood on his square. He didn't cave in on any talking points. And the woman actually processed what he said and tried to come back with a logical counter response. And they went from there. And nobody got cussed out. Those are the best conversations for me. I care more about clarity than what I care about whether or not he some shit. Like I care more about clarity in the conversation.
Rocco Killer 7 says she contradicted herself a lot in the interview.
Yeah, we're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into that. Don't worry about that. I'm almost glad you sent $2 because I haven't played in a minute.
These last $2, I'm not gonna lose.
Omega Dreads Gaming Channel says, give them thumbs up. They forge a club to each other down, even with technology, where it's one human to divide right in two.
What? Okay, now I got this one that I gotta read to understand. Give them thumb. They forge a club to each other down, even with technology where it's one human to divide right in two. Okay, I'm glad the chat room is with me. I see a huh? I see question marks. I see a what? What? I'm glad y'all don't know what he's talking about. I thought it was just me, but I appreciate the $20. I really do. I appreciate you coming through and dropping $20 on it. And because of that, we're going to see the late, great crackhead Ezel. Thank you for the $20.
I want 150,000. So we can set out of court right now for $20.
Man, get your
Thank you for the $20. I don't understand what the hell you said.
Michael Merriweather says, like Obsidian said, they want KS to whoop that trick.
I really okay. Two things. I don't like that Obsidian is putting the focus and emphasis on that because really that's how Kevin Samuels' detractors describe his show. People just tuning in to see a Jerry Springer show where he just going off and cussing out women. And no, his show is more in depth than that to me. So I personally don't like when Obsidian puts a focus on that. But then there are people right now who are showing up that's showing even though I don't like where Obsidian is taking it, people are showing up confirming what Obsidian was saying, that some people are there just to see the whoop that trick show. So yeah, I mean, I don't mind a good, like I'm all about a good debate. Nobody has to get cussed out or beat up. Now, if somebody just loses a debate, well, I don't call that whooping that trick. I call that their arguments didn't hold up to proper scrutiny. And that's what we find out in this space, that a lot of the arguments that female, a lot of arguments that a lot of women make, a lot of them don't hold up to proper scrutiny. So there's that. Black Wolf Inc. in the building.
Black Wolf Inc. says we need a counter for how many times she says I feel like. Merch, baby, merch.
Yeah, shout out to Fresh and Fit on that one. They I think they got I feel like t-shirts. That yeah, she did say I feel like a bunch of times. I took a lot of notes during the stream. I'm gonna get into those notes and start breaking them down. But y'all showing a lot of love on the super chats. I do want to properly acknowledge them. Mike and Vince Perkins says my last $8, my last 8 quarters. Oh, I thought you said $8 because I do got a clip for $8, but you said my last $2.
These last $2, I'm not gonna lose.
All right. Let me break into my notes on this issue. Okay. The first thing that was said, okay, is women folk. Okay. She said this is more or less goofy to me. Well, this is what she said. She said she wants a family, but she doesn't know who would sign up to be with her. Now, shout out to Donovan Sharp. I don't know if he coined the phrase womanese, but he definitely has some series called womanese of some sort. I don't know exactly what it is. I just know I'm just shouting him out because it may very well be his trademarked material. So shout out to Donovan Sharp on the term womanese. A lot of what I'm about to say here, I'm going to be translating the womanese because I did a stream a while back. This was long before I ever started going live, and it had something to do with Cardi B and Offset. This is semi related, so just get in the car and ride with me. Where I said someone like Beyonce, 95% of men, roughly 90% of men, and I'm even being generous. I'm being generous. It's probably higher. They got with Beyonce. If they took a 25-year-old Beyonce off the market, they will sit they butt behind down somewhere, be cool, chill. I'm good. I'm out the game. I'm done chasing. Like she can get commitment from, I would say 95% of the male population. So what does she have to do? She have to go and get with the guy who wrote Girls, Girls, Girls and Big Pimpin'. Cardi B, similar. She can get commitment from vast majority of the male population. She got to go get with a rapper who she knows basically has sex with groupies for a living and then cry about getting cheated on. So I'm taking all of that and juxtaposing it to Brittaney Renner making the comment that I took notes and wrote down when she said, and I quote again, she said she wants a family, but she doesn't know who would sign up to be with her. Translating that womanese. I want a family, but there isn't a rich celebrity NBA player, multimillionaire who would want to be with her. That's the translation right there. That's the womanese that I think she's still in a position where, despite her public fiascos, the book she wrote, I still think that she could. That I still think 85% of men, not at 95, 80 to 85% of men will show up just based off the way she look. Might show up with ring in hand. If, you know that's an unfortunate thing because I'm always of the view that somebody like Kanye West, if you wanted a woman that looked like Kim Kardashian, you could find somebody who looks like that who didn't get famous from a sex tape having sex with a lesser celebrity than you. Now, there is financial benefit that he got from that. And somebody argued that, I don't even know, I haven't researched this, but someone has made the case that she's the reason he's a billionaire because I don't know. I'm not, y'all can research that and find that out. So he did come up. It did end up being a good choice if she's part of the reason why he ultimately became a billionaire after he filed a bankruptcy, even though I don't believe it when celebrities file bankruptcy, but I just think they're just moving money and assets around. That's really all they're doing. They're not really broke, but that's neither here nor there. But real quick, Royce J in the building. Well, no, Pace Flow in the building says just trying to see a $8 clip. Okay, so that's $6 Canadian dollar. I guess okay, we just gonna bump that up to 8 because it looks like I think those are Canadian. That's Canadian money, and so that might be worth $8. So you want to see the $8 clip? You want it? You got it.
That'll be $8.
Thank you very much for that for that super chat.
These last.
I didn't mean to play that one. Thank you very much for that, though. Thank you very much for that. Appreciate the $8. Somebody said, "Ha, best clip." Yeah, I like that one. That was one of the funniest parts of the movie to me when I was a kid. Man, he just went, just cut his. That'd be $8. I died laughing at that one when I was a kid. Died laughing. That was just world class, next level funny. It's still funny today, but when I was a kid, that just killed me. That just definitely killed me. But yeah, I still think, despite of everything that she's put out there, I think she made her first initial splash on the scene, talking about how many NBA players she had raw sex with. You know, for that reason, she can't get mad when people try to say, like, I watched the DJ Academics video before I came in. She can't get mad. She can't get mad because people could listen to that video and then see later her getting pregnant by a basketball player and then say, and then connect the dots and say that, hey, she was out looking to get pregnant on purpose by an NBA player. She can't get mad at that. But I do got to call out the brothers who going the extra mile saying, "Oh, she's a predator" or something like. Nah, I can't go with that. PJ grown. You're a grown millionaire. And shout out to Kevin Samuels how he puts it. Guys who become rich off being celebrities, off being actors or basketball players, they didn't earn that wealth the way that the normal people do. So it's kind of a different thing. It's legitimately kind of a different thing. Like they can't, they don't think. They don't think like the person who had to build it from the ground up. If they just got rich at 20 years old based off a rare, unique talent, they so yeah, it's easy to find a dummy in that group. So I can acknowledge that, yeah, okay, he's a dummy, and she probably went in with a plan. But at the end of the day, you're grown ass man, dog. to quote Cedric the Entertainer in Kings of Comedy, you're grown ass man, dog. So no. So anybody who's saying that she's a predator, he's a victim, I can't give him victim status. There are, he was saying that she wasn't letting him see the kids. She denied it. And even in the video with DJ Academics, she was like, I allow him to see his kids. Like even the language for me, I can't stand that language that we have. This man who's the most important person to his son. His son's a junior. His son's a junior. The man who's the most important to his life, the provider, the protector, the one who's, even though, like I said, he's a dummy, but ultimately he's going to grow up and mature and be the one guiding and providing leadership to this. He's the most important person in this child's life. And then she's just sitting there. I allow the most important person in the life of this child to see him. I allow him. Like that. I hate our language when it comes to this kind of stuff.
Pace Flow says, owe you some change for the Canadian $2.79.
I don't know how you exactly owe me some change. I don't know if that was not adequately $8. I don't. Y'all be confusing me with the other denominations of currency. I'm just gonna add $2 to
These last $2, I'm not gonna lose.
The new studio setup, and that mic is doing its thing.
Hey, thank you very much. Thank you very much, man. I like your setup too, man. You do it big over there as well. Shout out to you. Shout out to Ike Ogiamian and your collaborations that y'all do together. And shout out to Dr. Hey, as a matter of fact, I didn't read it, but I saw that you sent me an email. So I will be checking that out. Whenever, like right now, shout out to Dr. Thunder. Shout out to Dr. Thunder. But we got 338 people in here. It's relatively early in the show for 338. That tells me that I got new subscribers new watchers in the building. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. We do this on a good week. We do it every morning. I've been saying I'm going to get back to doing it Monday through Friday, no matter what. So this is an every morning thing, 10 a.m. So make sure you hop on it. Shout out to Kenneth Williams for the $5 super sticker. But yeah, getting back to the points that I was making, because I took a lot of notes while watching this interview. Like I said, she said she wants a family, but she doesn't know who would sign up to be with her. What she's really saying is that she's poisoned the apple cart, the well of NBA players, athletes, and celebrities who have millions of dollars who would actually be with her and start a family with her. That's a wrap. But that's the womanese there when she says, I would like a family, but who would want to be with me? Who would want to start a family with me? I say 80 to 85% of the male population would show up ring in hand. I still say that. So no. And shout out to Snuggles. You ain't been in here, so I've been enjoying not having to see the creepy bear, even though I kind of like the creepy bear.
Hi, I'm Snuggly Softness. That's really less.
Says, I am impressed.
Wait, hold on. Back up with the reading, because I think you was reading while the clip was playing. Go ahead, back up. I think. Go ahead. Uh-oh. Assistant? Oh, no, read it. There you go.
Snuggle668 says, I am impressed. You have a voice of what sounds like to be a black woman. It is pretty impressive. I would like it to do a teddy bear voice.
No. 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 Like your last 3 super chats have been requests, and the answer to all of them, Snuggles, have been no. And whatever you ask me the next time you request something, you know what the answer is going to be? It's going to be no. It's always going to be no. But I do appreciate the super chat and appreciate your support. Indigenous TV in the building. Go ahead, read.
Indigenous TV says he elevated a no talent Jezebel. Oh, I'm sorry, rebel, who rebelled. A ton of famous dudes because she's an empty, soulless succubus. She's putrid.
When you say he elevated, you're talking about who elevated? Are you talking about PJ Washington or Kevin Samuels by interviewing her? PJ Washington elevated her by impregnating her. Yes. You made yourself attached to her forever. But if she was already running through the NBA and the NFL, and so I mean, she was already doing her thing. He's the one who was dumb enough to slip up, and that's just all to it. And I don't knock Kevin Samuels for doing the interview. A content creator is going to do what's trending, and he used that as a platform to make a lot of really good points. He used that as a springboard to make a lot of really good points. So you can't knock somebody. Shout out to Shannon Rawls in the building. Shout out to you. Me and you're supposed to do a one-on-one at some point. I think you're supposed to hit my email. But shout out to you. Houdini Unchained in the building. Go.
Houdini Unchained says the off-screen super chat reading is a nice touch.
Hey. Thank you. I thought it would be cool.
Jackie Jock says your girl has a Houston accent like Beyonce.
Negative. That is not correct. Inaccurate. Very, very inaccurate. All right. Where were we? Man, y'all showing so much love on the super chat end. I can't even but thank you, Jackie Jack. Let me acknowledge. Thank you, Jackie Jack, Houdini Unchained, and whoever that was, Indigenous TV, who came through with the cold-blooded super chat of the day. Came through cold-blooded. All right. Shout out to that. Y'all just coming through hard and heavy. Coach EO in the building. Shout out to him. Been seeing your content. People be complimenting my setup. I'm like, have y'all seen Coach EO's setup? That man, he the one that got look like he got $1 million studio up in there. So shout out to Coach EO. He says respect to the Bernard Riley Show. Absolutely. Shout out and respect to Coach EO. If y'all not subscribed to him, y'all might want to go and do that. Gail Lockett, you in the building. Yeah, go ahead and drop his link in the chat. If y'all not subscribed to Coach EO, y'all can go over there and get some game. Yes, some game. Game matters. Some people be hating on game, but we all need a little, just a little bit of game. Just a little bit of game. It shouldn't be your only card. That's where I'm at with game. It shouldn't be your only card. You should build yourself up. You should be successful. You should be a man who's standing strong in who and what you are. But a little bit of mouthpiece and a little bit of know-how, a little bit of wit never hurt nobody. So yeah, y'all go over there, check him out, subscribe to him. Gail Lockett, drop his link in there when you get a chance. And all right, here we go.
Snuggles668 says she sells seashells by the seashore. How much could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? What would you do for a Klondike bar?
Code 10, code 10, the enemy's here. Take the chains off the doors.
Sister George says, no more of those corny A jingles.
What is she talking about? What is she talking about? Man, listen, I'm 35 minutes in, and I ain't even got I ain't even got to gotten to the stuff. I'm still on the first thing in my notes where she spoke some womanese and said that she wants a family, but no man would. But at this point, she don't think any man would sign up to be with her. What she means is no athlete or actor or entertainer or millionaire would sign up to be with her. And to that, I think for the most part, she is correct. She also said that even if she had 1 million in the bank, she would still be a miserable biatch. That speaks to something that I always said, is that with a lot of people, it don't matter what they do, it don't matter where they at in life. If you're a miserable person, you're going to be miserable no matter what. You're going to be miserable with money. You're going to be miserable without money. And it's a lot of women who are miserable. It's a lot of women who are miserable. And what often tends to happen is that society will listen to the whims of an emotionally volatile, erratic, the erratic whims of women saying, I want this, I need this, I want this. And then society will try to accommodate, and then they accommodate, and then the women still are not happy. Much like how the women, I always use the example, they burned bras in the streets because they wanted to get away from, they wanted to get out of the kitchen, they wanted to get free, they want to be able to chase their dreams and do what they want to do and work and this or that and blah blah blah. And now they working and now they doing that, and now they still want a man to make significantly more money than them and provide for them. So they pricing themselves out of the market. Shout out to Kevin Samuels. I always point to that. So it's like for a lot of them, it's no making them happy. So whenever society starts moving in a way to where trying to figure out things to make women happy, it's like it's not going to happen. Happiness comes from within. Happiness comes from within. Somebody said I burned my bridge to salvation. The hell is that? The hell is that supposed to mean? All right, y'all tripping. But that was another thing that she said in there. Somebody said, now this was a more interesting thing that she said. It's going to sound like some effery, but I do understand when women make this point and draw this conclusion. I do understand when women more or less speak from this perspective. She said, let me make sure I get it right. She said that if you got, wait, hold on. Wait, no, wait, let me back up. This is something Kevin Samuels said. If you got to protect yourself, and men can't trust a woman like you who gives up first. That's an interesting thing, but it segued into the main point that I want to make. But for the whole thing, women do feel like they got to protect themselves. They got to be strong and independent to make sure they protect themselves from the wiles of some man coming to take advantage of them. But men are looking at modern women in this era and saying, hey, we can't trust y'all like this. We can't trust y'all based off the way that y'all operating. We can't. So who makes the first move? That was a question that was put out there by Kevin Samuels. But one thing that she, in a roundabout way, responded with, she says, the only way a man can trust a woman like me is if I had my own. Now that sounds like some effery. It really does. But in a way, I understand the logic with that. I can definitely understand the logic that's being expressed in that point. Now, it doesn't hold up. It doesn't hold up. It doesn't. However, just the overall general logic in the point to where a woman like her, and I'm not even talking about her because she's just on some whole other stuff. But a woman showing up, looking like literally looking like that woman who's just out to get the bag, not even getting the bag for the good reasons. I don't mind a woman trying to get the bag if she's thinking about family and security and being able to raise the children more efficiently and effectively, and and not have to be worrying about getting back out to work and all of that. If that's where she's at with it, I don't mind her being on her get the bag stuff or find a successful man. That actually makes sense. That's how the world has worked for years. That's how the world has literally worked for years. I don't see anything wrong with that. But her showing up, or a woman like her, a woman who has that I'm just trying to get him for what he got energy, or just even in a regular relationship. Let's just say a man making six figures, right on the nose, 600,000 right on the nose. He got something to lose. So if he want to worry about not being taken by some chick that he's dealing with, about to try to get him for what he got, if she show up with the same thing, then she could argue that, hey, I'm not here to take you for what you got. But see, but that's where even then the effery kind of comes into play, because not really effery, but they still have that need to scratch their hypergamous itch. So it, so it's like they got their security blanket of their own money that they grinded for, and they still want to scratch the hypergamous itch of getting that man who got the same thing or more. But BGS has been saying this a lot, and I think even Kevin Samuels has been on this lately. When men made more money, it was accepted and understood that they would date down. That's just the natural progression of life. That's just how it works. A man makes more money. He doesn't care how much money the woman make. He's going to be the one in position to provide for that woman. That was just the natural progression of life. The women are making more money now. The men don't care. They're not picking women based off how much money they make. They're still getting with women for the same reason they've always got with women. And then now you're seeing this coming to a head, where the woman is ultimately sitting there holding the bag, making that money, waiting on this guy that doesn't necessarily want her to be with her. So now she's in the situation where, now what does she have to do? What does she ultimately have to do? And it's been thrown out there and BGS threw it out there. You wanted to make that money, you wanted the power, you wanted to be in that position. Now guess what comes with that? Dating down, marrying down. You damn your biology. You fought against your biology when you wanted to go out and succeed and thrive in man world. Guess what? You thrived in man world. Okay, great. Now find a supportive man. Go. There's plenty of them out there who will be very supportive. But they don't want to do that. So they argue that, well, no, he should trust me more because I show up with money. Okay, you gotta have a point on that. But the reality is, the guy who's suitable to your industrious ambition, the guy who's going to be left unavailable because the industrious ambition guys don't get aroused by your industriousness and your ambition. The guys who are going to be left for you are the lower earning guys that you're going to be dating down. So I've never went that far with it by saying, yeah, you making that money, good for you, go date down. I've never made that argument. I've just acknowledged that they've priced themselves out of the market. And this goes back to the previous point about how she said she'll always be a miserable biatch no matter how much money she got. It goes back to that point. If society starts bending to try to placate to women or give them what they want or make things better for them, nothing is going to come from that. There's some of them who will never be happy. They need to find that peace and happiness within. But society trying to fix the erratic, whimsical whims of women as a collective and their woman problems with men, no. That's not not going to happen. Got a super chat there.
Evangel Hendricks says, who reading? She sound good.
That is actually my woman. She is in studio in what will be the green room, because there's another compartment, another room over there, and a door down to the left. So she's in the green room with a mic reading the super chats. I thought it was a cool touch on the show. A lot of people liked it. And so we won't be doing this every day, but every now and then she'll be in studio. But shout out to you. Appreciate the $10 super chat. I haven't played this one in a while. See, I don't know if you own that passport tricking, but you getting charged up today. Hold on. Where is it? I ain't played it in so long I can't even find it.
What do we get for $10? Everything you want. Everything? Everything.
Everything. That don't stop being funny. That everything don't stop being funny. LOL at Bernard Riley. Blink twice if your woman in the room. She's not in this room. She's in another room. She's in another room and a door down the hall. Well, not really a hall, just in another room connected to this room. Michigan. I'm from Michigan. She's from Michigan. We from Michigan. That's where we at. That's where we at, though. And then the infamous the infamous statement where she just jumped completely out the window. Now, if somebody said that Kevin Samuels had a different energy in this video, the one area where they could charge him up with that is that she said that she could be a loyal slut. She said that. She said that, and Kevin Samuels did let that one ride. He let that one ride. He let loyal slut ride. So that's the only area where somebody could say, "Oh, he had a different energy." He had a different energy with her, but I don't buy it. I don't buy it. I think he adequately picked apart all the things that she said that didn't make sense. And when she said something that sort of made sense, so it's 50-50, he kind of leaned with it and rocked with it. If it was just, okay, or he just explained on it. He explained or expanded a little bit on it. But overall, he did what he was supposed to do in the interview. But she did get out the term loyal slut. I think she was talking about, what I believe she was referring to. I just have notes. I don't have any clips to play. But what I believe she was referring to with that one is that she was essentially saying that, yeah, she could be doing all of this, thotty yaddy stuff, but when she get with the dude who she gonna be with, she gonna be loyal and sit down. That's what she called the loyal slut. But any loyal woman who's still calling herself a slut, the loyalty is really to be brought under review. I mean, come on with that. When a Freedman's Journal in the building says Ohio beat Michigan, you know what? I watch the pros, I watch the NFL, I watch the NBA. I don't really keep up with college sports, and people clown me for that because, the college game, as they say, is better. But I like to watch the pros. So I don't do the whole Michigan. We got the Michigan State thing going on over here. Then U of M versus Ohio State. We got our little college rivalries. People get crazy, face painted. I don't get into that. I watch the pros. I watch the pros. That's how I roll. That's the sports fan that I am. We almost an hour in. I'm going to open this bad boy up for your thoughts. I'm going to open this bad boy up for your thoughts coming pretty soon. But the loyal slut thing was that's just another one of those reminders that, when they're talking, they say things that just remind you that, we're listening to a bimbo. Okay. All right. We made it 45 minutes into this conversation, and damn. Reminder that, okay, we're listening to a person that doesn't make any sense. I don't know how we got this far in the discussion, but but it's one of those reminders. So yeah, it's but that was ridiculous. But going forward with it, make sure y'all hit the like button if you're new here, subscribe. I do this every morning, Monday through Friday. Every morning, Monday through Friday. I already touched on how successful women need to marry down to. I would never say that, but I think that is the unfortunate trade-off that women are going to have to grapple with as they close the so-called wage gap even more, as they become more employed. That is something that on a large scale that you're just naturally going to see more women having to do that. It's just the reality of the situation. If society would functioned in a way to where now that if the women catch up to the men and then the men figure out a way to just get all the way up here, then that's going to be an imbalance. It's going to be like I guess the female version of critical race theory, how they say any difference between the races has to be because of some type of discrimination or whatever. So any difference between the sexes have to be through some type of sexism. It can't be because people are making different choices, are raised different, culture different, or responding to society different. It can't be for any of those other reasons. It has to be, again, society has to come together and try to fix women's problem on a large scale. That's ultimately what it comes down to, what it keeps going back to. But so I talked about that. I was just looking at that in my notes. What else I got in my notes here? This is where she really get on some goofy stuff. How is a woman with a boy toy any different than a man? Well, if you're just talking about boy toy, it's I would say it's no different if it's just people that just understand that, hey, we just hooking up, we just having fun. But older man with a younger woman, it's a, like I said earlier, that's a situation where since the beginning of time, that's been a fairly normal thing where men built something, accomplished something, was in position to provide, and it was their resources in exchange for that woman's youth and beauty. That's been an age-old trade-off since the beginning of time, and we all know that. And families come from those trade-offs. With young women and young men, I mean older women and young men, no families or nothing productive comes from those trade-offs. It's literally just some boy toy having sex, having fun. And if you want, hey, I don't knock people who just want to have sex, hook up, and have fun, but don't try to legitimize it the same way that you would as if a 38-year-old or 42-year-old successful man got with a woman in her mid 20s or early 20s, as if that's a more biologically purports with nature sound relationship that can actually produce something that matters in the world. You can't make that same argument if you're talking about a young man with an older woman. You could just say that old woman made her money, got her bag, probably got the bag off of off her first husband, and now she's taking that bag and then just using it to source in some young penis. I mean, that's cool. That's cool. It ain't against the law. If everybody was above the legal age of consent, no laws were broken. And that's fair game. And I did a stream a while back, very funny stream. I don't know if I titled it Cougars Going Wild. I think the title was different, so it'll probably be impossible to find. But we ended up talking about how every guy in here had to say the age gap, the youngest they were and the oldest a woman was. Every guy in the chat room started calling it out, and you saw some crazy stuff. You saw a dude saying that I was 17 and she was 41. I was 19 and she was 45. I was 23 and she was 39. We had somewhere, it was like a 35-year gap. So yes, women be doing their thing. They be having them a young guy to come by and blow it out. To some dudes, I don't even want to out nobody. They was even like, yeah. And I used to take her car and then go mess with the young chick I really wanted to mess with. And I was like, okay, did you get a little cash? And she was like, of course. He's like, of course I did. I was like, okay, so she was full-blown tricking. She was full-blown tricking at that point. And so when you look at how many women get outraged when they see young men with older men with younger women, then you take that and juxtapose it with how many men can say that, oh, when I was young, I messed with a older woman. Then you got to draw the simple conclusion that, oh, they're doing the same thing. They're being hypocrites. You got to draw that simple conclusion. Very, very simple conclusion. Easy dots to connect there. One question that was asked that was above Brittaney Renner's pay grade, but I'll touch on that because it's a flashpoint on this show. And when Kevin Samuels was talking about people just doing their own thing and just being out for self, and that's what a lot of people are. He says, at what point do we have responsibility for anybody other than yourself? See, Kevin Samuels is trying to, I guess, push, steer, or inception women with the idea that, look, your role to society and the community is for you to get on board with a man and produce some offspring and raise those offspring, read to them every night, stay with that man, come hell or high water, to produce some viable individuals for the next generation. That's what he's trying to inception women with the idea of doing. And I said this question was above her pay grade when he said, what role do you have to anybody else other than yourself? Where she just basically said, look, I'm going to tell you, people like me or people in my generation or this, we ain't thinking about none of that. We just out for self, out to get ours. And and thus the let it burn rhetoric. Thus the let it burn. Because the end result of that is there's a bunch of babies being born out of wedlock. And we know the results of that, and thus the community burning. That's why I do rock with SKC in the let it burn people. Even though I don't want to see it burn, I do want to see it thrive. Well, not. I would like to see Black people, on the whole, do better. I would like to see Black folks do better. I'm not that dude trying to go out there and save the community, because it always will be a hood over there. There will be a hood over there somewhere. Shout out to Truth. I saw your email, Truth. I didn't respond to it, but I did read your email. It always will be a hood over there. I just want there to be more pockets of middle class and upper middle class Black America that moved somewhere else, that got out of there and built some things and created some things and I don't. I guess that's just my inner tribalism. I don't like for us to be looking like the retarded kid in the country. I hate it. I hate it. I do want to see us overall do better. But when you do have an overly individual mindset, it may not lend to that, even though I'm all about, and see, this is where I may be in some contradictions. I am about individualism. I am about you rolling up your sleeves and doing what you have to do as an individual. And if you get to the point to where you've built something where you're in position to hire some people, hire the competent among your people. You're not going to save everybody, and everybody's not going to benefit equally. And you saw this when Obsidian was talking to the guy, Amawali Africa, and he was basically saying Black people need to be made whole or something like to the level that white people are. But white people don't benefit equally in this country. Most of that wealth is in the top 1%. I'm gonna say that till I'm blue in the face. Most of that wealth is in the top 1%. 90% of it is owned by the top 10%. Like, so it doesn't, in a capitalist, it's no way for our people to be saved or brought to some magical level. What you're really asking for is for, when it comes to Black folks, you're asking for our rich to get richer. That's what you're truly asking for. Our rich will get richer, and our lower class, more of them might get a job that pays 40, 50K. Like those are the outcomes. But that's why I say that question was potentially above the pay grade of Brittaney Renner. But be that as it may, is what it is. Almost ready to drop that link in the chat so you can give your thoughts on the interview. I want to hear from you and hear what you got to say on this.
Michael Merriweather says she admitted her friends had been cheated on by Tyrone and are hurt. Therefore, they really don't want marriage.
Right, absolutely. And thank you for that $5. Yeah, that was the good part of the interview that I actually forgot to put in my notes. And Kevin Samuels did do a good job of breaking down just the small percentage of men that that they're dealing with and complaining about the results of these men that have all these options out the wazoo, and you're getting predictable options. You're getting predictable outcomes from dealing with these guys. He did a good job of breaking down how the majority of men don't fall in the category of what you're talking about when it comes to cheating. Here in the sphere, I know we about the data, and there is some data that shows that 28% of Black men cheat while married. something like 22% of black women, black people cheat the most, but the majority of black men don't cheat. But if every woman that gets in a relationship, a lot of them are complaining about men cheating. I think that a lot of them are getting with being number 3, number 4 in the rotation of a guy that just has a lot of options, and it is what it is. So a conversation about them broadening their horizon or selection criteria did come on the table from that discussion, from that part of the discussion right there. About to drop the link in the chat so we can open this up and have a dialogue and some conversation on this. I appreciate everybody in the building. We've been bouncing around from 375 to 400 people in the building. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you hit the like button. Excuse me. The link is in the chat. The link is in the chat. He says, man, not correct. But if you're thinking, man, we know why he did it, take a look at Black YouTube. I don't know what y'all talking about. But the link is in the chat. The link is in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. The link is in the chat. And we got the old man coming up fresh, bright, and early. I might close off the chat. Just let old man rock. What's up, Obsidian? What you got, man?
Hey, what's going on, Bernard? TGIF. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday to you as well.
Is it raining out there in your neck of the woods?
It wasn't raining when I came in the studio, and seeing as there's no windows, I can't even tell you.
Oh wow. Yeah, it's it's raining something fierce here. It's supposed to be storming today and raining tomorrow too. So I'm cooped up in the house, and I've been thinking about this whole Brittaney Renner thing. There's something underneath the surface here at work among black men online, at least. I'll restrict it even further. Black men within the black manosphere. I'll put it that way. There's something under the surface here that's lurking, that's not actually being discussed openly. And I saw it to some extent, I saw it with the Fresh and Fit scandal. I saw it there. I saw it with the Mercedes Moore situation, her very untimely demise. And I'm starting to see it again here with this Brittaney Renner thing. So I want to ask, and you said you might restrict this to just a dialogue between you and me, but I'm really curious to hear from the rank and file in the black manosphere exactly what problem do they have with Brittaney Renner? Exactly what is the issue?
I haven't really heard anybody. Listen, this is my first time doing content on her. I had to even do some research. So there's some aspects of her that I wasn't even fully aware of until I started preparing to this show. I don't have that much of a problem with her, but it's a trending story, so I'm going to cover it. And it took all the way until she did an interview with Kevin Samuels for me to actually cover it. So I guess when you ask that question, what problem do they have with Brittaney Renner? That question presupposes that they do have a problem. So what problem have they stated that they have?
When they're talking about R. Shelley, obviously
that was stupid. That was
obviously making the case that she's a sexual predator on par with R. Kelly. I mean, okay, how? How is she a sexual predator? Explain it.
All right, now I will open it up for that. If somebody who thinks that she's a sexual predator on par with R. Kelly, I would give somebody the opportunity to come up and explain that. I don't think anybody believes that. I think that probably was just fun and jokes. I don't think nobody actually believes that she's a predator on par with R. Kelly.
Then I find that problematic. If you're going to joke about sexual predators, that's a problem.
Okay.
If you find that funny, then you got a much deeper problem than Brittaney Renner. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Now I hear the other argument, which is she's promoting baby mama culture. Let me tell you something, brother. Baby mamaism was around long before Brittaney Renner came along, and it'll be around long after she passes away from the scene. The single biggest group of baby mamas in America today, black or white, are women over 30. As a matter of fact, while we're talking, I'll pull up the article for you and everybody else so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. Matter of fact, no, I'll take it back. Single motherhood in decline overall rises for women 35 and older. Renner is only 29. So you mean she's in, I'm going to use your term, she's inceptioning all the lovely ladies over 35 too? Really? There's a link in the chat room. Let me post a link for you in the private chat here, Bernard.
Okay, wait,
you can pull it up and see it for yourself. From the New York Times, the gray lady.
All right. Let's back up. It would be incorrect to say that she's the reason for baby mamaism. I don't believe anybody has said that, but
or that she's somehow promoting it or somehow making it grow.
And okay, if you're saying she's made it grow, then that would be incorrect. If you say that popular for stupid reasons public figure / insta celebrity / whatever the hell she is with a platform is saying things like it's stepdaddy season, that by definition is promoting it. Like, you could say that she's promoting it, but as far as the effect that she's having, we could say that it's obviously was already there. But you can't deny the simple fact that she's promoted. I talk about when some people say things to try to normalize things. I don't have problems with people trying to normalize whatever they want to normalize. I think it's your job.
Normalizing stepdads?
I think it's your job to try to normalize whatever your ideas is, or just get your ideas out there. I do believe that somebody with a major platform saying it's stepdaddy season and all of that, that by definition is trying to promote it. Like if it was a hot sunny day outside and I said it's this is good ice cream weather, I'm promoting to go and get some ice cream on a hot sunny day. Like, so by definition she's promoting by definition she is promoting it, but whether or not she's public enemy should be public enemy number one. Now that's a separate issue. I don't think
we shouldn't promote stepdads. The argument was it's stepdaddy season. Okay, so we shouldn't promote stepdads. Is that what we're saying?
I don't think we should promote stepdads, and based off things that you've said, I would assume that you wouldn't think that shouldn't be promoted either.
No, I've never been against stepdads.
Some stepdads would be considered quote unquote community eunuchs.
That's one way of looking.
Or cleanup men.
I disagree with that. I disagree with that premise. I don't think that a stepdad is per force a community eunuch or a cleanup man, nor did I when I never coined the term cleanup man. That was around before I came along. But I did coin the term community eunuch. I didn't have stepdad in mind when I talk about either some years back. I don't think a stepdad automatically per force is a community eunuch or a cleanup man.
No, I don't think anybody. I
don't think they automatically.
Wait a minute. I don't think anybody said he's automatically. Hold on, wait, real quick, game changer. I don't think anybody said automatically per force he's a cleanup man or community eunuch. I don't think anybody said that. That automatically, hands down. We've all talked about there are some
game changer just said it.
All right, go ahead. Well, hold on, real quick. Let's do some super chats real quick.
Indigenous TV says her son is effed. PJ, get your son, man. Get him.
Yeah, and only thing I say to that, shout out to Indigenous TV for the super chat. I heard that she's allegedly doing some things to try to prevent him from seeing his kid. I don't know if that's true. If she is doing that, then that's absolutely 100% messed up. But I don't know if that's true. I just heard it in the interview with DJ Academics. Like I said, a lot of her stuff I haven't been following it because I didn't care. Black Wolf Inc. in the building. Go ahead.
Black Wolf Inc. says the Good Brothers reunited again. Oh man, can you please play Little Brother? That Ain't Love on your show if you go live today. Love that song dearly.
No, I can't. And the reason why is because YouTube has very stringent copyright rules. That'll have to wait until I go live on Mixler, which will be hopefully early next year, and then we can play all the hits over there. It's like satellite radio, but I can't do it here. Sorry.
All right. Shout out to Black Wolf Inc. Appreciate the super chat, and shout out to Indigenous TV. Appreciate everybody supporting the stream. We got nearly 400 people in here. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you hit the like button. And if you're new here, please subscribe to the channel. Do this every morning, Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. and some weekends. So shout out to everybody in the building. All right, go ahead, Game Changer. You've been trying to dive in here. Go ahead, you got it.
Yeah, so I just want to answer Obsidian's question about, why and I'm just going to speak for myself in this. What do I have against Brittaney Renner? And that is she financially exploited a black man. That's really all one needs to dislike someone. It was obvious economic exploitation. And yeah, so for that reason, I don't like her.
How did she financially exploit Mr. PJ Washington? Please explain.
Well, I think that she seduced him into marriage and then later divorced him for financial gain.
Wait, I don't think they were ever married, were they?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, where are you getting this information?
Well, my mistake. She seduced him into, rearing a child and exploited him for financial gain.
No, the story, I think you're mistaken, Grain Changer. According to her recent interview with DJ Academics, according to her, now I haven't heard Mr. PJ Washington's side if he has gone public or not, but according to her in that interview, it was PJ that pursued her, number one. It was PJ that wanted to be married, number two. It was PJ that backed out of the marriage, number three. That's what she said in that interview with DJ Academics.
Well, let's put it like this. Did he want
Wait, I thought that she said that she backed out of the marriage, but either way, I don't know who broke up with who, but I thought it was.
Let's assume for the sake of argument that I was wrong on that last point and she didn't back out of the marriage. Okay, let's assume that's true. Yeah. We still have the other 2 points. He pursued her. He wanted to marry her. That countervails against the notion that somehow he was being exploited.
Well, no, it doesn't. I mean, just like a fish pursues a big worm, and yes, he wanted a worm. He didn't want to get hooked and eaten. So yeah, he did want, a marriage, possibly even a family with her. He didn't want that family separated and having to pay for a child that he doesn't get to raise fully. So that's where the exploitation come in. You see, the bait was the family, and the hook is having to pay all that damn money every month.
But according to her, she wanted the family as well, and there were problems between her and PJ, which, by the way, tracks with the data. Promises I Can Keep by Catherine Eden and Maria Kafalis talks about this extensively, and they're not the only sociologists out there that talks about this with couples who come together in poor communities, and that's another thing too here that we got to consider, Bernard. I hate using this term, but I'm gonna clean it up a little bit. There is this notion of being Negro rich. Okay, that is to say, Black Americans who come from poor environments, right, and all of the cultural norms that go with it, and then they come into money. So a lot of athletes, this happens to. A lot of rappers, this happens to, and apparently this is happening to quite a few Instagram model types like Miss Renner, who comes from one of the poorest states in the union in Mississippi. Okay, so they carry over those norms even though they have the money. So it's kind of like a black version of the Beverly Hillbillies, for those of you old enough to remember that show. And Eden and Kafalis talk about this in their book, how poor people get together, how poor Black folk get together. Everything moves at lightning pace, light speed. It moves at warp speed. And, they get together and get pregnant and had a baby, and boom, they're broken up already. So I think that is as much a part of the story as anything else here.
Well, outside of what she said, I believe that she financially exploited the dude. That he wanted a family more than she, and she wanted money. Now she has what she wants, and he don't necessarily have what he wants. Now she can claim, that she wanted a family, and there's no way to disprove that. However, she might just be a lying ass bitch. Now, because this is a Black Manosphere, and I'm a member of it, and you're a founding member of it, I tend to side with the men in areas like this, and a he say, she say.
All right. So if I understand your position, and I think you made it fairly clear that your position is real simple. She despite what she's saying, that she basically saw a guy who was on the verge of going to the NBA, or was already, I don't even think he was in the NBA when they first started messing with each other. But either way it go, she saw an opportunity and she took it, and she wanted to keep being her, her free spirited single self. She just masqueraded as a woman that wanted the family. She got the baby, got the bag, walked off, and now she back doing her hot girl summer slut walk stuff again. So
Exactly. It would fall under a category of black female fuckery. That technique. We should prepare brothers, for that, not make excuses for the women who do it.
Right. And see, my thing is, I make no excuse for a woman that does it.
Nor am I accusing you of such a thing.
Right. No, I'll never make excuse for a woman that does that. But I think it goes too far to where if we say that with the guys who are saying that she's a predator and he's a victim, I'm like, no, you're a grown man. You got to make better decisions, and you did that after she made a video talking about how she smashed professional athletes raw, and you still try to have a family with her. It's almost like you got what you asked for. But I'm still not going to deny the simple fact that, okay, yeah, she's a dumb bimbo biatch. I'm not going to deny that.
Bernard, if a zebra walks directly into a lion's mouth, that lion is still a predator.
How so?
Because he preyed on it. He eats prey, and that particular zebra is a prey. Now, I won't deny
zebras also eat prey.
I won't deny that he made it easy for her. Nevertheless,
he's a really dumb zebra, but she's still a lion. In other words,
exactly. That's my point. So,
all right. So let me come around. Let me come at it this way.
Right quick. In that scenario, were I a zebra, I would teach other zebras how to stay the fuck away from lions. I would not say, "What did the lion do wrong?"
Good point.
Because I am a zebra. I'm an advocate for zebra, and I want zebras to live.
So now you're spinning PJ as if he's a victim.
He is the victim of.
Okay, all right. So let me ask you this. So let me ask you this: if PJ wanted, do you agree with me that PJ wanted a family? Do we agree on that?
Yeah.
So why couldn't he find a nice, sensible Stacey Abrams type woman to have a family with?
Okay, now this is where you go to the. Hold on, game changer. I got it. This is where you go to the extreme game.
I am going to the extreme. We're talking about.
Hold on. Wait.
Are we not talking about an extreme woman though?
Obsidian.
But we're talking about an extreme woman though.
Obsidian.
Right?
Hold on.
Hold it. We're talking about an extreme person in Brittaney Renner, are we not?
Yes, we are.
Okay, so why can't we go to the other end of the extreme?
Why would we?
Why shouldn't we?
Because it doesn't make sense.
Oh, wait a minute. It doesn't make sense to talk about this woman that's extreme. See, this is the reason why I say what I say about me.
Okay, hold on. Let me make my point.
Go ahead.
There are a lot of women in between Brittaney Renner and Stacey Abrams. I can agree with you that he was stupid for going after Brittaney Renner. He could have found a cute chick with a decent head on her shoulders who didn't make a video talking about how she had raw sex with over 22 professional athletes. He could have found he could have just shot right there and possibly and definitely had a better outcome. So we're not having a real conversation if you're talking about a professional athlete getting with Stacey Abrams. So
we are having a real conversation.
No, we're not. If we're talking about
Stacey Abrams Stacey Abrams is representative of black women writ large. 80% of black women are overweight. It's Brittaney Renner that's the exception to the rule. She lives in the fattest state in the union. How many black women do you think look like Brittaney Renner in Mississippi, for God's sake? She's the extreme of the extreme. No, Stacey Abrams is the rank and file black woman today at nearly 200 pounds on average. And there's and I'll cite here as my source, Eugene Robinson, Disintegration, The Splintering of Black America. Something like 30% of black women right now are like Stacey Abrams, single and childless.
Obsidian.
So if a brother really wanted a family, We know where to go to get one. We're not interested in that. What we want to do is take a Brittaney Renner and domesticate her. That's what we want.
All
Okay,
right,
so
and trying
here's the
hold on
thing.
real quick. I got you next game changer. Trying to domesticate a Brittaney Renner is stupid. Also, even if you look at Stacey Abrams, despite the fact that she's fat and ugly, when they asked her when she was running for office, and they said, "Do you think it will affect you not having a husband or not having a family or this or that?" And what did she say? She said, "No, I don't." I'm paraphrasing. She basically said, "No, I don't need that. I'm sturdy." Thus, you gave her the name Sturdy Stacy.
Yes,
So
and it also needs to be mentioned that her own campaign manager warned her and said, "You're not going to win if you don't have a husband." And sure enough, she lost the white female vote by 65%.
Okay, so that makes my point is that even though she's fat and ugly, she still has the attitude and mindset of somebody who would not make a good wife. She don't want to be a wife. She basically said, "No, I don't need that. I'm sturdy." So you're basically taking just because she's obese and just because she's ugly that she somehow will make a good wife. No, she wouldn't. She got the same strong, independent, don't need no man attitude as the rest of them. So no.
So let's pursue that argument then. But so that by that argument, PJ shouldn't have never wanted to get married. No way. He should have just wanted to be a single dad. Okay. Why didn't he get a surrogate mom then?
Okay, so
all right. So now,
Bernard, if I may, please, I waited quite some
go
time.
Go ahead, GC.
Okay, so now the argument is that it's his fault for wanting to get married. Once again,
I didn't say it was his fault.
That's the argument that it's the fish's fault for being hungry for a worm.
No, I didn't say that. I didn't say it was PJ's fault. I didn't say that.
Okay, well, I mean, you're saying that he shouldn't have wanted to get married.
No, I'm saying in relation to what Bernard said. Bernard said that my stating Stacey Abrams was not relevant.
All right. I just muted both of you. We gotta try to go one at a time.
Well, it was my turn.
I know. That's why I was going to pass it back to you. I was going to pass it right back to you. Let's go one at a time.
Thank you.
All right.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So, in this conversation thus far, what I have gotten is that it is never Brittaney Renner's fault. Even though she's the beneficiary of this, it's not her fault. It ain't her fault. Did she do that? Fuck yeah, she did. It is her fault. She's a financially exploiting bitch, and she needs to be called out on it so brothers could know to watch out for financially exploitative bitches. Now, in the case of Stacey Abrams, brothers should watch out for ugly ass financially exploitive bitches, you know? I mean, if you're going to get trapped eating a worm, make sure it's a good worm. Fuck. I mean, you're saying that like he would have avoided his problems. No, he would have a different problem. He would have a genetically fucked up fat ass ugly baby in addition to, you know, being financially exploited for all we know. You're telling brothers that if they get with ugly ass bitches that they'll be safe from something? Safe from what? Pretty woman pussy? Fuck that. No, they're just as fucked up as regular chicks. You know, they're not sugar and spice and everything nice. They're not fucking baking pies on windowsills. These are the bitches that are out, you know, running for office, trying to make more fucked up laws for them. So miss me with that. They're making the law so Brittaney Renner can exploit niggas. But yes, it's finance Stacey Abrams and her type, you know. So
all right, okay, like no, I'm fault. I thought you were done. Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying we need to call out the bitches. That is what the manosphere is about. Calling out these ratchet ass bitches, calling out black female fuckery. Whether you ugly or pretty, it's fuckery all around.
All right.
At least now, PJ can say, I have 4 years of pretty pussy. He followed your advice. He has 4 years of ugly ass bitch and still gets financially exploited.
All right. Freedman's Journal in the building.
So you're agreeing with me, game changer?
Wait, hold on. Wait.
That he should never got married anyway.
Wait. We're doing super chats. Got to shout out to people that's important to stream. Go ahead.
Freedman's Journal says your lady did not read my Beat Michigan super chat. Freedman's Journal. OHIO Beat Michigan.
right there. I'm okay. You got the controls. We having some technical. All right, go ahead.
Indigenous TV said her son is F.
No. We already did. See, we were at a different part in the stream. Okay, this was our first hiccup. Go from there.
Jonathan Barraville says, I really wish I wasn't broke and dusty so that amazing and virtuous women like Ms. Renner would pay attention to me.
Thank you for the super chat, JB. Appreciate that. And we know you're far from broken dusty.
The Clue Channel says, BR's lady is reading the money. That's awesome. And the fact that she can read Snuggles without stumbling makes her better than Alex Trebek.
Shout out to Clue in the building.
Leo Anthony says, if a young dude pursues Superhead for marriage and get her pregnant, isn't it his fault for that situation? Sometimes you have to hold men accountable.
Game Changer, I actually want you to respond to that before we go to the next super chat. What's your response to that?
Listen, I'm not saying he's not stupid, but that doesn't mean, that she's not a predator. He's the zebra that walked into the lion's mouth. Doesn't mean that the lion's not a carnivore. So yeah, I mean that's just what it is. She's a predator. Watch out for predators. I'm not gonna see. I'm against the concept of what did Brittaney Renner do wrong. I'm against that shit.
Yeah, I'm against the what did she do wrong aspect of it, but I
never asked that question.
I can see. Okay, right. You said you wanted to know. You asked the question. What do these people have? What do people in the Black manosphere? What problem do they have with her? I think that was your question. Right. But overall, well, let me throw this at you, Game Changer. Do you see a problem with you repeatedly for referring to men as zebras and women as lions? We should be the lions.
In a financial aspect, they are.
I disagree.
Okay, let's just say the men aren't zebra, but the man's money is zebra.
I disagree.
Yeah, I know. But let's just say that the man's wallet is the zebra and the women are the lions. Nevertheless, they prey on a man's money. She didn't actually kill the guy and eat him, but she is eating off of his wealth.
Do you know how much she's getting?
She's getting more than I make, I'm sure.
Do you know that?
No, I don't.
Okay, so you have no idea what the financials are here.
It doesn't matter.
She's getting. Hold on, wait. Time out.
Bernard, please,
okay.
If I may.
Okay.
If she gets 85 cents a month, then she is a fucking predator bitch for 85 cents. Okay. So no matter what she gets,
so she shouldn't get anything for the care of the child.
Huh?
She should not get anything for the care of the child.
Well, she could give the child to him, but I don't think that she did it for the care of the
child. So he's supposed to take care of a child while being a professional basketball player.
Y'all see this? You're making every argument to agree. So, okay. All right. How about this? How about she show receipts that this is all for the care of the child, the reasonable care of the child? Or how about she not put him on child support at all with the stipulation that he takes care of the child?
I have no problem with that. Why I'm asking you is he's supposed to take custody of a child being a professional athlete.
Let's be clear. If she makes a dime after the care of the child afterwards, then she is a financially predatory bitch.
Well, let me back up and ask this question. Obsidian, why are you asking specifically about the financials? We know that she's getting child support off of an NBA salary. So we know that could range anywhere in the 50, 60.
But could we find that out?
To $100,000 a month.
But could we find that out?
Yes, we probably could, but I'm
sure. Why haven't those who made that argument found it out? They found out the exact numbers, and we can look at the exact data.
It doesn't matter. She's profiting from it. I mean,
how's she profiting from it?
You just want to split hairs. Do you believe?
How? No, I'm not splitting hairs here. I'm not splitting hairs here.
Obsidian, do you believe that she's profiting from it?
I'm not splitting hairs here.
Do you
I'm asking for specific. Wait, hold it. I'm asking for specific numbers here. I'm asking for.
Wait a minute. Okay, wait. Okay, all right. Now I gotta pull the plug. Gotta mute both of you. Obsidian is asking for specific numbers. Me and Game Changer don't have the specific numbers. Those specific numbers are probably, emphasis on probably, Googleable. And I'm pretty sure when we Google it, we're going to find out that it is a metric fuck ton of money to take care of a child, whatever she's receiving. So we can stop right there and just leave, like we can move forward from there. But somebody just threw out in the chat 200,000 a month. That's what somebody else put out. I don't know if that's accurate or not. I don't know if that's accurate or not.
The reason why I make a big stink out of it is because I've been hearing brothers pursue this line of argument, and I haven't heard any actual numbers being put to it.
Could you do the goalpost emoji or the goalpost clip, please?
I don't.
How am I moving the goalpost?
Because you're explaining. Okay, basically, you want us to prove that she did wrong. And
I didn't say anything about wrong. I'm talking about trying to find out what the facts are.
Ask a question. Let me.
I'm trying to find out what the facts are.
Obsidian, you asked a question. Let me respond. So you asked, what did she do wrong? And we explained what you.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
Excuse me. You're saying
I did not say that.
Okay, all right.
Why are people upset at Brittaney Renner?
I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
However you want.
Here's the problem with you, Game Changer. You're not a good listener. I didn't say that. I said to Bernard, I want somebody to come up here and tell me what their problem with Brittaney Renner is. You did. Now I'm asking you. I'm asking you, what are the specific numbers?
Okay, he doesn't know the specific numbers. Now go ahead, Game Changer. He said, "What was your specific problem with Brittaney Renner?" And you explain. Go ahead.
Y'all see what's going on. After I told him what specific problem I had with her, he's asking that I get more specific. What is the dollar amount that she is getting? As if that fucking matters. I have a problem with her financially exploiting this guy. Now, guess what? Even if she isn't making a profit from it, she was attempting to make a profit from it. She knew that she would get a substantial payment.
So she's not supposed to date successful guys?
What?
She's not supposed to date successful guys? Is that it?
Well, according to you, he's not supposed to date beautiful women. So no.
Well, hold it. She's not supposed to date She's not supposed to date successful guys.
Huh?
She's not supposed to date.
Wait a minute. So Obsidian asked, so is she not supposed to date successful guys? Now, Game Changer, go ahead and answer the question. And look, yeah, I hate muting people, but I've talked to some people who a de facto focus group, and they said one of the problems with the show that it's hard to listen to with earbuds in when everybody talk at the same time. So let's try not to do the derailing repeated interruption, and let's try not to do that. So I forgot what the question was, but Game Changer, try to answer the question.
She is as allowed to date successful guys as he is allowed to date beautiful women. Just like you didn't suggest that, or just like you suggested that he dates Stacey Abrams, you could have also suggested that she date you. However, she don't want to, and he don't want to. Now, people have a right to, attempt to pursue whomever they like. I feel that as a part of the Black Manosphere, and I would hope that you as a founding member of the Black Manosphere feels that we should work to help protect men from being financially exploited.
But I don't believe that.
Yeah,
I don't believe that. And here's the reason why I don't believe that. I don't believe a grown man needs some kind of guidance on how to pick out a woman that's clearly, for the streets.
Mm-hmm.
So,
well, all right.
So hold on. I
don't believe that they need my hand holding or yours for that matter.
All right. I'm glad that you admit that she's for the street. And when you ask what problem do I have with her, it's the fact that, as you said, she's for the street. Now,
and he made a choice to be with that.
Yeah,
he made that choice.
Go ahead, Game Changer.
I point out what's wrong with her. You like to deflect with what's wrong with him.
No, I'm just saying the fact he made a choice.
It's my turn.
He made a choice.
Obsidian. You already hold on, game changer. Obsidian.
The answer,
Game changer. Hold on, real quick. Obsidian. You already said he made a choice. You don't have to repeatedly say he made a choice. He made a choice. He made a choice. Like, let's just hear game changer's point. Let's just hear. Game changer dropped off. Come back, GC.
Okay.
Back. All right. Well, all right. Let's do the super chats real quick. Shout out to everybody who's supporting the stream. Super chats, real quick. Then we're gonna pass it to Fantastic. GC, come back. I didn't. Yeah.
Indigenous TV says all PJ had to do was just get head. He got greedy. The Naked Truth by Annette's Worldviews says average looking women make the best wives, but men like the 9 out of 10 looks, then cry when they get stung. No, average simple women are the best.
And that's the point that I was getting at.
And I don't think that's a good point, because saying that men want that, the majority of men don't have access to 9s and 10s. The majority of men are with regular women.
PJ did.
And it's regular women that most men are having.
But PJ did though.
I know. So if we're talking about PJ, he, of the beautiful women, he picked the card carrying raw sex with athletes.
Well, he could have circumvented all of that by going and getting a small town girl from a nice Western town and calling it a day. He didn't do that.
I agree with you. I agree with you. Hold on, wait. Hold on, time out. I agree with you 100% on that would have been the better play. There are beautiful women that look just like Stacey Abrams. There are beautiful women that look just like Brittaney Renner, who didn't make a video about.
No, I'm not talking about Brittaney Renner. I'm talking about an average-looking black woman from Midtown America. He could have went and got one of those and made her a wife. He didn't do that.
He could have.
But why are we limiting?
Because he is a rich man with options. Rich men with options can find an attractive woman who's Bernard themselves like that. And no, that's I'm only saying what Kevin Samuels is saying.
And see, Bernard, this is the reason why I'm saying, I'm not talking about Kevin, I'm talking about me. This is the reason why I've said over the years the following. I know for a fact that there are good black women out there. I just don't want to see them get naked.
And I
know for a fact it's true.
Okay.
I know that there are black women that make good wives. I'm not interested in no good wife. I want a hot piece of ass.
All right.
And I recognize it for that.
And I reject the premise wholeheartedly that just because a woman is unattractive, that's going to make her.
I didn't say unattractive.
Average. Or don't. If
average.
You don't
average. The vast majority of black women are average.
If you don't want to see her get naked, then I think that means she's unattractive.
The vast majority of all women are average.
Yeah.
Like, all right. We gotta blitz through these super chats real quick, because I vowed to try to read every single super chat and make sure every single super chat get got. So let's try to get through the super chats, and then we're gonna pass it to Fantastic and step back and let him speak uninterrupted. Go ahead, Fantastic. You got it.
Oh,
no. Hey, hold on. Wait, go ahead. No, I'm sorry.
Get to the money.
Go ahead, super chats. Yeah, gotta get to the money. Go ahead.
Cole.
Your sound went out, Bernard. I can't hear her if she's reading.
And
oh, my bad. I muted myself and didn't realize that I muted her. All right. My bad. Real quick. All right. I had to. All right. Cool. All right. Go ahead.
Colt Steele says the place to find conservative, marriage-minded young women is the church. Many of them are 8s, 9s, and 10s.
Yeah. Okay.
Snuggles 668 says the thing I like about these conversations, this is not an echo chamber. Even people who agree can disagree, and they make good argument. Now let's see. KD says $9.99. Demac the trucker says Googleable. What the French toast?
Googleable is a word. Look it up.
Young J216 says, wasn't she outside of a high school saying, watch your sons? If a man did that, he instantly would be called a sexual predator. Obsidian.
I have no idea.
Is that true? Fantastic. Is that true to your knowledge that she was doing that?
Yeah, she did. Yeah, she was doing that. She was doing it as a joke, in reference to what's that. So yes, she did that.
Okay. That puts her on predator status. I wasn't saying she was a predator for getting with a grown man who but you know, she could have had nefarious intentions, but I'm not going to put a grown man in victim to a predator category. That just
but
where
the
I'm at with it.
the context is she had contact with him while he was still at the high school.
Okay, see,
She had
that's
access
where,
to, and that's what I'm saying. So, but I'll get to it when we talk about it.
okay, you see, that's where I got to plead some ignorance, because this whole Brittaney Renner thing, I didn't care about it. I didn't decide to cover it. And she did an interview with Kevin Samuels. It's almost like she came into our territory on our turf, so to speak. So I'll finally cover it. But in general, I didn't care. I really didn't care about this thing. So that's information I didn't know. So thank you for that. Go ahead, finish the super chats.
Freeman's Journal says, search North Carolina child support calculator. I got $1,408 a month using decent numbers. Old man's point is that having a kid is not free, trapped or not.
$1,400 a month sound cheap as hell for a millionaire. I don't. Are you sure that's accurate? I mean, normally million. I think one of Future Kids was like 50,000 a month or something like that. But
no,
anyway.
that got greatly reduced.
Kevin Marshall
like I said, we'll
says,
get to
game changer, killing it with straight facts.
All right, shout out to Kevin Marshall. Appreciate you. Is that it on the super chats? Okay, go ahead. You got it.
JC says it was at a college she did that.
He's correcting you. Fantastic. He's saying she was circling around a college, saying guard your son. But even then, that sounded a bit predatory. I mean, you know, if a grown man driving circles around the college saying y'all on going live on Instagram saying y'all watch out for y'all daughters, and he's circling around the college. Yeah, those are predatory actions. Those are so yeah. I'll give her the predator badge for just that, for that right there. I'll give it to her for that right there.
I'm still not buying it, man. I'm sorry.
All right. Hold on. Let's go. Young Jay, bring it back up.
I think that's the one you had already read. That's the same one.
Oh, okay. Oh, wait, my bad. Okay, so I think that's it. I think that's it on the super chats. I think that is it on the super chat. All right, fantastic. You been laying. Okay, go ahead. Go read Cold Steel, and then we're gonna move it on.
Cold Steel says most gold diggers are beautiful, but that doesn't mean that most beautiful women are gold diggers.
Okay, I don't really know about that. And there's the last one with Red. Shoot, my bad. I brought it down. Red Alert right there. Read that one. Then we're gonna see what Fantastic got on this.
Red Alert says if we tell young single mothers that they should be accountable for the pookies they chose, then we have to hold PJ accountable for injecting Renner.
I agree with that statement. That's why I still say he's a dummy. He's a dummy for messing with her at that level. But anyway. All right, go ahead. Fantastic. You got the floor. You got the mic. Pick it up from any part of this conversation, whatever prompted you to hop in. Take it back there. You got the floor. You got the mic.
Hey, what up, man? I appreciate you having me on. Shout out to the old man. Yeah, listen, bro. I just can't get with the thing. I'm in line with Game Changer as to where, like, you know, this is a men's space, and of course, penis discipline, all those different things and whatnot, what have you. But this woman targeted this man, and are we going to say that it's his fault? We can't. We got to stop doing that, okay? Because again, I was in this position. I was in a position where I was a 20-something-year-old young fella, not thinking about anything, not having any experience in life, and not understanding that, you know, women target men and they see things in men, they see the success in men, and they find those men to stay linked to that man for life, okay, through his penis and through his seed. That's what Brittaney Renner did, with no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And when we come to numbers, well, we know the numbers. She said herself in the interview, $1.6 million house, and just go from there. The 200,000 thing that was suspected or whatever. There's always some exorbitant amount to start off with. She's not going to get $200,000 a month in child support. That's not going to happen. Okay, but what she will get, we really don't know yet. You have to look into the numbers and see it. But she'll get a good little payday. And again, it furthermore coincides with the thing Black women have been doing now for I don't know how long, but you know, to where the child takes over all the responsibilities of the man. It's going to provide her food, clothing, shelter, hell, actually in this case, even a lifestyle. A very, very, she's going to make more money from child support and just being linked to this man and having a child with him than some actually hard-working Black men. So when we say, oh, it's his fault, it's his fault, it's his fault, yes, it's his fault. But again, like you said, to what degree is a 21-year-old, you know, just like compared to a 40? Are all men created equal? Or you have the same mindset at 21 as you have at 31 or 41? No. Okay. Again, should you wrap it up? Of course you should. But again, there are much older men and more experienced men that succumb to the same thing. Hell, from what they're saying, hell, LaMelo got caught up too. Lonzo Ball had his dad telling him, and he still got. So it's just these situations, man, as to where we can't go against the foundation of the black manosphere and say, oh, it's just the nigga's fault. Let the bitch off scot-free. Hell no. No, I'm not gonna do that. This is a planned, calculated thought that lucked up and hit the baby daddy lottery. I mean, is she completely totally wrong and throw her at the stake? No. But again, still, she should be a testament to everybody of what to and tell other young men. Don't just tell them, oh, it's PJ's fault, it's PJ's fault, it's PJ's fault. This is where it's a learning and teaching moment, and you be like, hey man, you see this type of woman that's 8, 9 a dime or whatever, she's a man eater, bro. Stay away from her. Wrap it up at all times, and just reinforce positive behavior versus just chastise the negative behavior. That's all I'm saying.
All right, good stuff. Good stuff. Shout out to Ryan Cypher. Well, I told you before, you shouldn't be in a red pill space with the name Cypher. That's a problem. All right.
Ryan Cypher says, it's no secret what kind of woman Brittaney is. She's known for finessing athletes. PJ is not a victim in this situation. He was foolish. He got what was coming to him. When you jump in a pit of snakes, don't complain when you get bit.
All right. And that's sort of going against what well, I don't know if it's so much going against what Fantastic is saying, because if I understand your point right, your point is, I think, similar to mine, that yeah, PJ did something stupid, but I don't like the manosphere shouldn't be taking the position that, oh, she didn't do nothing wrong.
Exactly. That's all I'm saying. Like she's absolved completely.
All right, now I'm asking the question: what did she do wrong?
I'll tell you, and I'm going to answer you. She got pregnant by a man that she wasn't married to. What you talk about, you specifically, Obsidian, black families, right? She is a single mom. That's what she did wrong. She made herself, even if it was for profit or for her own selfish benefit, she allowed a man that she's not married to, and what it's looking like didn't have any intention of staying with and creating a positive, successful black family, to ejaculate inside her without being married to her. That's what she did wrong.
Then what is his
role? I've heard you make that argument yourself specifically.
Yeah, you have. So my question becomes, okay, so what was his role in this? Because according to her interview on DJ Academics, she didn't get into this just to be a baby mama and try to get a come up. According to what she said on that tape.
Of course. So we're gonna we're gonna believe the woman that says it on one interview to say, okay, yeah, this wasn't my intention. But then she made a video that says, I'm not ashamed, I'm not apologizing for anything I did.
Yeah, I understand what she said.
She's talking out. So okay, so that's what I'm saying. So
how's she talking
which
out
one are you gonna believe? Thank you. So which one are you gonna believe?
I believe both of them. Because here's the reason why. She's saying, I'm not going to apologize for being involved with PJ Washington and us doing what we did, because we were doing it on the basis that we were going to get married. Again, Promises I Can Keep explains all of this. I've been talking about that book now for 6 years straight.
Does Promises I Can Keep say that all of that stuff is okay?
It doesn't take a judgmental point of view. It's written by.
But what's your judgmental point of view on it?
I don't. I'm going by the facts.
I understand you going by the facts.
Not my judgment of it, by the facts.
No. I understand. You stated, you can state a fact and then you can give an opinion.
I can't.
Do you think people getting pregnant before they get married, or poor women, as they say, choosing, I forgot exactly how it's worded, how they choose motherhood over marriage, like, do you think all of that is is corrupting to society?
I think that the black men involved definitely corrupt the society. Do black men have control over marriage, or do black women?
You didn't answer the question.
I am answering your question. Do black men
No,
have control over marriage, or do black women? Who has control over marriage here?
The men has to control over the marriage, but hold up, this isn't a
hold on,
simple
wait.
yes or no
You
answer.
said
Hold,
you said yourself that black
can I?
men want to be married more than black women per a
That's
study that
true.
you cite all the
And
time.
the numbers
Yeah.
and hold the numbers show it. So hold on. That's the answer. Of CNN that isn't a one thing. It's actually both, because of a black man. The black man gets married more, and the black man's willing to get married more. But who has the highest number of divorce rate? So even if a black man has the intention of getting married, if the black woman won't allow him to stay in the marriage once he's gotten there, who has control over marriage?
So
That
now we're
becomes the
looking at an
argument.
outcome of something that never even took place.
Well,
The
that's what I'm
man,
saying. You brought that up, but again, we're still taking her word, as to which we don't know anything about their conversations of marriage or whatnot, what have you. If that was the case, if that was truly the case, why did she allow herself to get pregnant before she got married?
Okay, let's answer this question. Let's do it this way. Let's look at Russell Wilson. He's a contemporary of PJ Washington, in that they are both professional athletes, black men who make a good amount of money for doing what they do. We saw how that worked out with Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson didn't want, according to the story, they didn't have sex before they got married. That's what I read. I read that Russell Wilson and Sierra did not have sex before they got married. He wanted to marry her,
Allegedly, yes.
and they had 2 kids that came after they got married.
No. They only had 1 kid that came after. Sierra came into the situation with 1, and then they had 1 together. They don't have 3 kids.
They had 2 kids. They had 2 kids.
I thought they had
Sure
2
about that?
together.
When did they have a second kid? They only got.
I'm not 100%
No, they have 2
sure
total.
on that. Okay.
I'm pretty positive they have 2 total.
They have 2 kids together.
When did Sierra have her 3rd child?
My understanding. Hold on a second. We can look it up right now and check it out. Hold on. Give me a minute.
I'm pretty positive they only have 2 kids. Future, the one she brought with her from Future, and then they had a child together. I think within the last year and a half or so. But either way,
here we go. People Magazine. I'll post a link right now in the chat room. Sierra and Russell Wilson's 3 kids make adorable modeling debut for launch of Dad's clothing line. I'll post a link in the chat room right now.
Okay, so they have 2 together. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I didn't even know they had the 3rd kid or the 2nd kid together. But either way, the whole thing is this. Even with that being said, right, the whole celibacy or abstinence until they got married, that's an agreed upon fact. And then now you're trying to put someone else's values, whether it be religious or just philosophical or whatever, on someone totally else. I mean, I can't ask why one man likes this and another man likes the other. I can't ask why one man does this and does the other. That's like that's not really an answerable question.
Well, what I'm getting at here is, if we all agree that men are the ones that are the gatekeepers to marriage, then they control how that all goes down. They get to say when the sex happens in the context of a marriage.
No, they
if
don't.
You don't want kids,
still,
if
no,
you don't
no.
want kids before you get married, you don't have to have sex before you get married.
Yeah, but you still but hold on, but no. Even still within that, you don't have control about anything concerning childbirth or sex.
No, you don't.
Before, after, or during the marriage, because the woman even still marital sexual crimes are a thing. I don't know if
I
you
agree
know
with that. I agree with that.
Right.
We're talking
So
about getting married and not having kids before getting married. We're talking about, you're asking, why did she allow herself to get pregnant before getting married? Good question. So we asked the question, who controls who gets married and who don't? Is it men or is it women? If we agree that it's men, then he could easily say, we're not going to have sex until the ring and the sign on the dotted line and we jump the broom.
But he can easily not, as the majority of people do not do. Again, there's more casual. My bad.
You saying what you're saying was predicated on trying to assess what Brittaney Renner did wrong. So it's like you would get into a place where we can't say that a woman did anything wrong as long as men themselves are having sex before marriage. Then a woman's action,
even though she's agreeing to the sex,
then a woman's actions can't be criticized at all, even if
I'm not saying that.
Hold on, wait. Okay, then okay. Well, if you're saying that we can't say that a woman who if we can't say that a woman did absolutely, if you can't say that a woman did anything wrong at all, then yes, it does sound like you're saying that if a man is having any sex at all before marriage, then he has no grounds to criticize any actions by a woman, even if they were even if they were deliberate and manipulative from the start. But and again, I will stand on and will not budge on that he's stupid. He's stupid that a chick who goes viral talking about having raw sex with professional athletes and you trying to get with her and taking her serious. Yes, you are stupid. But I also can look at somebody like her who's also stupid, who did say, getting pregnant by one of these professional athletes would be a pretty good idea. And I don't think it's a reach to say that she found a dummy who was doe-eyed and in love with her, and then she rode that train until she got the baby, and then skedaddled on up out of there and collecting this child support and got her baby. Like I think that's an easy dot to connect.
It's the number one. It's the number one.
For that reason, I will say that yes, she is wrong. She's a bad person, and he's also a dummy. I can say both of those things at the same time.
So he's a bad person, but he's not a bad person. Because according to what she said in the TJ Academics interview, PJ wasn't exactly a sterling paragon of virtue.
I don't. Okay,
well,
I don't know.
Well, that still speaks to her.
Hold on, real quick. I don't know nothing about his morals. All I know is that if he was taking her serious and wanted to marry her, he was stupid, but he did want an actual relationship and something like a traditional family with the most non-traditional woman on earth. So I won't say he's a bad person. I'll say that he's stupid.
So now we have to go back to the question.
Hold on. Obsidian, before you hop in there, wait. I have to say this. Obsidian, hold on. I have to say this. Okay, so you bringing it up still doesn't help her case, because if he's just this derelict, this villain, this horrible person, why does she allow this person with low morals, all of this bad stuff, to impregnate her?
Well, we already agreed
she's a bad person on her, because ultimately she allowed this man, regardless of his financial status or whatnot, what have you. And now she's saying this is Summer Walker all over again. This is Summer Walker before Summer Walker again. This is the classic po-ho baby mama playbook, bro. This is not what are we doing here. Why are we
got that?
Okay, so
why are so many black men attracted to it then?
Again, it's not the fact of the
matter. Time out. Obsidian. So did you just concede all of Fantastic Game?
We already agreed she's a bad person.
Okay, so wait. Well, if you concede those points, then that means that everything that you've been doing thus far has been wrong. Everything you've been saying thus far has been wrong. Once you concede those points,
I never said that she was a good person.
Okay, I never started from the premise of that you would like.
I asked a question.
Hold on, real quick.
I asked a question.
I know.
What was the problem that these people have with Brittaney Renner? I never took a position of whether she was a good person or a bad person.
Oh my goodness. Okay, you were arguing that she essentially did nothing wrong.
I didn't say that. I didn't say she didn't do anything wrong.
Okay.
I asked, what problem do you have? So why do you keep trying to read into what I'm saying instead of just taking what I'm saying?
Well, you said a lot.
What problem do you have?
Hold on. I'm not trying to read into what you're saying. I'm trying to paraphrase you as close to accurate as possible.
You don't have to paraphrase me. It was a very simple question. What specific problem do you have with her?
And then people stated specific things that they thought she did wrong. And
so now we're moving along. Now we're moving along to asking this question. PJ, why are you attracted to such a bad person? And why are so many black men attracted to so many bad people?
Okay, so
why? Can I answer the question?
All right.
Can I answer the question? Again,
before people move on, this is something new that I'm going to start doing. When people try to move on to another question, even when they were arguing for 30 minutes to an hour on the previous question, they have to either concede defeat of their original position before we can go on to the next thing. That's something that we got to start
doing. Man ain't finna do that shit. So we can just move on from that.
What am I conceding though?
But
I never made that Brittaney Renner was a fake person. I never made that argument.
So you're conceding that she's a bad person.
But I never made the argument in the first place that she was a good person. That's what I'm trying to understand. What am I conceding?
Didn't say that.
Well,
Okay, so you concede that you now understand why we think that she's a bad person and why you
Okay.
also believe that she's a bad
Yes.
person.
Yes.
Okay,
Now
now
I'm
what-
asking another
what's the follow-up?
question. Why are so
Okay.
many black men attracted to so many bad people? Look at
Okay,
Fresh
now
Prince.
let me ask. Hold on.
Now with PJ, why are so many black men attracted to bad people?
Again,
Why?
Obsidian. Hold on, Obsidian.
Hold on,
This
one
is
at a time. Hold on, we're gonna go. We're gonna go
I'll
fantastic,
answer
then
this,
game
you know.
changer. Oh, wait,
All right,
well,
so-
okay. Let's fantastic, then
Obsidian.
game changer.
So Obsidian, again, this is like you guys are forgetting what we talk about here. What is the pool of what black men have to choose from by the numbers? Again, black women are the most irresponsibly sexually when it comes down to childbirth and even sexual transmitted diseases, all these different things. I think you gave some of the data. You read an article about black women being the most promiscuous women of any women, pretty much by the numbers, by percentage wise, and the numbers support it again through single mother birth rate and STIs as to what black women being those women. So literally, what choice do we have? That's what I'm trying to get you guys to understand.
Maybe you don't have any.
Wait, hold on.
Hold
Time
on.
out. Wait a minute. I gotta push back on that.
You gotta let me finish, Bernard. You gotta let me finish. Y'all like to drop.
PJ got unlimited options, so I can't give him a pass.
Even with unlimited options, bro. Okay, so how many of these thoughts? How many of these Brittaney
40
Renners
and
are
slip,
just
anyone?
Hold
40
on.
and slip?
Hold on. How many of these Brittaney Renners are just these wholesome, wifeable, marriageable women? Go.
We already agreed they're bad people. We already agreed.
All right. Okay then. So
why are we so attracted to bad people?
All right.
So because that's the only thing you have to choose from.
No, you can choose nothing. You can choose nothing.
Okay.
So,
all right.
so hold on. So, wow.
Wait. All right. Wait a minute. Okay. So I disagree with both of y'all on that. There, like I said before, and I said this with Kanye West. If he wanted a woman that looked like Kim Kardashian, he could have found one that didn't get famous from a sex tape with a lesser celebrity than him. Like he could have found that. He had options. PJ has options. We all have options. There's a bad behavior and immorality is on a bell curve. If the women that you have access to are women who are sixes, among those sixes, there are some bad ones, some Brittaney Renners. There's some decent ones. There's some ones with really, really good character. Among those sixes you have access to, is your job to pick the one that make the most sense for your life. I do tend to believe that most men try to do that, but then there are some like PJ Washington who's a dummy, and of the beautiful women that he had access to, he picked the one who wore it on her sleeves that she had bad character. So for that, yeah, he's a dummy. So I won't make the argument that Fantastic made that he had no choice, because there's plenty of pretty gorgeous. Like, listen,
no.
You can go to a restaurant and see some chick just waiting tables and just damn, she's gorgeous. Like,
but I didn't say. But hold on, you guys love doing this, man. I'm not saying he didn't have any choice. I'm saying that's the choice he had to choose from. You guys didn't answer my question. How many of the Brittaney Renners, the 8, 9s, and dimes, the 1% of women are wholesome, marriageable wife material? That's what you're even still in that thing. You're asking us, or you're asking those men, whatever level you may be at. Hold on. Obsidian, I'm gonna wrap it up. I promise. You're asking men to find the minority, the good minority, out of the bad majority, no matter where he is.
Yeah, you only need one.
Okay, yeah, you only need one, but you have to find that one. There's always one needle. Hold on. There's always one needle in a haystack, but you have to find that needle. And the reason why that is a colloquialism, and you say it, is it's damn near impossible to do. That's the whole point of it.
You don't choose anything then.
Well, no. So then now you're telling black men to do something else that's impossible and unhealthy.
The majority of black men are single and childless anyway.
Okay, but he just because you're single and childless don't mean you're sexless. Again,
actually, a percentage of male virgins in this country has skyrocketed since the 1980s.
Yeah, it has skyrocketed, but it's still somewhere in the 20-some-odd%. It's nowhere near more than half of the men. So yeah, but anyway, still, like I said, so yet and still, you're still requiring black men. No other group of men are being told this. Just go without. Just grab
Well,
the Jergens and the Lubriderm.
I'm not familiar with any white Brittaney Renners and PJ Washingtons these days.
What?
I'm not familiar with them.
All right. Okay, we're gonna pump the brakes. RM, send me an email. I've been trying to contact you about something. Let's get to the super chats. Michael Merriweather in the building said PJ's dad. See, now this thing is too far. Oh, forgot. I gotta. You still there on the super chats? Okay.
Sam C. She was wrong if she led PJ on like a guy that lies to get laid.
Right on. On to the next one. Run through them fast.
Ryan Cipher says, I understand the reference, Bernard. LOL. I'm keeping the name though. And for the record, I don't eat medium rare steaks with white men in black suits.
Fair enough.
Charles Merchant says, Obsidian should watch the movie Once Bitten with Lauren Hutton's.
I've seen it.
Character in particular. She's a hunter.
I've seen it.
Ace Fast says, she met PJ while he was in high school. There is no 18, 19-year-old that wouldn't fall for her like that. Stop the cap, fellas. Also, PJ wants to be in the kid's life, so why should he be on child support?
Fair points on that. That part I didn't know coming in that she met him when he was in high school. And again,
I told you that, Bernard.
I'm thinking he's responding to. I'm thinking that's probably an older one, so I'm just reiterating the point that I didn't know that prior to Fantastic telling me just recently. And if that is correct, that he wants to be in the kid's life and she's taking whatever measures he can to stop him, I think that validates the arguments that's been made by Game Changer and Fantastic that she's just a freaking snake from the start. If she's doing that, if she's denying him access to the kid in any way that she can, carry on with that.
Delvino says, so when a man is wrong, it makes a woman right no matter what.
Boom, good point. That was essentially, you made the point that I've been trying to make, but you made it in far less words. Very, very good on you. Very good on you. Go ahead.
Michael Merriweather says PJ's dad is a sports agent. He warned his son.
He's an idiot.
If that's true, then that definitely makes PJ wrong. That's true.
Obsidian is correct again, and I've got my ticket.
I think he's referring to a ticket to the Black Manosphere meetup. I think it closes on November 15th. So if you're not in by then, make sure that you get in if you want to be there. Shout out to Theo Waff putting that together. Shout out to everybody that's going to be there. Me, Obsidian, Lil Big Nate, Sir Tice, Sub-Zero. We're going to be in the building. Make sure that y'all be there. It's not too late. Go ahead.
KD says, hashtag free PJ.
Okay. Shout out to KD. Appreciate the super chat. Is that it on the super chat end? Is that
Osama Abdul says BR and Oman, monumental force. BR, tell me what it is.
A team for the ages. Shout out to Osama Abdul. All right, Game Changer, you've been patient. Go ahead, you got the floor. You got the mic. Appreciate everybody who's supporting the stream. We got 500 people in the building. Make sure you hit the like button. If it's new people here, make sure that you subscribe to the channel. We do this every Monday through Friday and on the weekends at 10 a.m. EST. Make sure you subscribe and hit the like button, bang the bell, become a member, all that good stuff. You know what to do. Go ahead, Game Changer. You got the mic.
So the question, if Brittaney Renner is bad, why are black men attracted to bad people? I would like to liken that question to why are burn victims attracted to fire? Or why are people who have the HIV attracted to the HIV? I would like to, that's like saying, why does somebody who is a victim of gun violence, why are they attracted to bullets? The notion of that pre-assumes that you know that they're bad when you are attracted to them.
Wait, hold on, Game Changer. Now, somebody can engage in activities that will increase the probability that they're going to get shot.
No, I get that. However, they're not attracted to getting shot. Like Fantastic is attracted.
So he's okay. All right.
Right quick. Just like Fantastic is attracted to fighting for and defending our country, he's not actually attracted to dying. Mm-hmm. So yes, people do engage in risky behavior, and all sex is risky behavior. But to assume that the person was attracted to the negative consequences of risky behavior is ridiculous. It's like saying why do people who die in skydive malfunctions, why are they attracted to the ground? It doesn't, it doesn't really.
So you could have worded the question. You could have worded the question better. In other words.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, well, the question alone, the premise on it is that it assumes that in order to even answer the question, any attempt to answer the question would assume that black men, not just PJ Washington, but black men in general are attracted to bad people or bad women.
So now we're going to be talking about all men now?
Well, you just said, why do black men? I didn't say all. I didn't say 100%.
But this is a black show, is it not? But this is a black show, is it not?
You said why are black men attracted?
We're talking about black people, right?
Yes, exactly. You said why are they attracted to bad people? My point is that they're not.
So why do they wind up with them so often then?
Because it's a lot of bad people.
The numbers prove it. The numbers prove it.
So why aren't black men? Okay, all right. So we just got finished listening to Theo Waff. He said that I was correct in my position. He's somebody that don't deal with black women.
Mm-hmm.
He also said passport. And again, if we're going by the numbers, black men have the least amount of passports to do the least amount of traveling than anybody else.
It only costs $400 to get.
But even it only costs $400 to get, but then it costs money to be able to travel and all these other things and what have you and all these other things. So again, you're still asking black men to do the norm that no other man is being expected to do.
Life is unfair.
So
okay,
also,
life ain't fair.
But it's not meant to be impossible. You're asking black men to do the impossible.
How's it impossible? How's getting a passport and traveling to another country impossible?
Okay. I want to answer this. Theo had bad experiences internationally. Is he attracted to bad people?
I believe his wife died.
I talked to Theo in depth, and it was all around. It was all around bad experience. Even with that I'm not even going to go into some. He told me some details that he wouldn't even say on the air. So it was bad experience. Despite it was all around bad experience with all the women that he dealt with.
Now he's not necessarily attracted to bad people, because of that. No more he is attracted to widowism when his wife passed. I mean, to assume that just because there's a bad outcome, the reason why there's a bad outcome is because people are attracted to bad outcomes is ridiculous.
All right, so let's do it this way, a game changer. Okay. Who is the constant in your life?
I am the constant in my life.
And if you keep running into bad people, whose fault is that?
It generally is the bad people.
No, it's your fault.
Oh, really? Elaborate.
Yes. If you keep running, this is pickup 101. This is game and pickup 101. If you talk to 10 random women, set up a date, and you get flaked out on by 8 of them, the problem ain't the women, the problem is you. In this, Jordan Peterson was right. Jordan Peterson is right. The women, the problem ain't the women, the problem is you.
Okay, let me respond to that analogy because that is perfect. That is perfect. If you ask 12 women to the prom and you get rejected 12 times, then the problem isn't the women, the problem is you.
And what did I do? And what did I do, real game changer? I tried to bow out. I tried to gracefully bow out.
Bowed out after 6, but you bowed out after 12.
I bowed out. I gracefully bowed out.
Anyway.
I didn't blame the women. I bowed out.
You're right, Obsidian. The constant is you.
Yes, and I bowed out.
Okay, so
I didn't blame anybody else. I didn't say it was the women's fault. I said, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and sit it out.
The constant was you. Now, PJ Washington just so happened to have one chick happen, and he probably bowed out after this. It took 12 for you to figure it out. It took 1 for him to figure it out.
But I'm not the one that's complaining. I don't have anybody complaining on my behalf. You won't even handle going to the mayor, somebody that you don't know, and we will piss on you to put you out if you was on fire, but you're going to the mat for the guy.
And you're going to the mat for the girl. And she damn sure wouldn't piss on you because she'd have to show you her.
I'm not going to the mat for Brittaney. I'm not going to the mat for Brittaney. I asked you a question. I said, what problem do you have? And you answered the question.
Exactly.
Okay.
This is classic.
Okay.
This isn't a matter of defending PJ Washington's stupid ass. It's not. Nowhere in here that I
can't tell. You the one that make the case that he was a zebra walking into the mouth of a lion.
Yeah, he's a stupid zebra.
Right.
That's already done.
If that ain't a full-throated defense, then what is?
It's not really a defense to him. It's an attack on her. I'm saying that
you got a weird way of making an attack. You got a weird way of making an attack.
I mean, so just like PJ, you attempted to walk into 12 lions' mouths. And I tell you what, since you want to talk about Stacey Abrams, how come you didn't get with any of the four?
Oh, I already told you why. Here's another reason. This is how you don't listen.
Your mother.
This is how you don't listen. This is how you don't listen.
All right, one at a time. One at a time.
This is how you don't listen. I already answered the question. I'm not interested in playing James with a heart of gold. I'm not.
Okay, well, he's not interested in fucking Stacey Adams. So don't
even
suggest that.
Okay, so here's the difference between the two of us, though. I understand who Brittaney is, and I accept her for who she is. PJ, on the other hand, saw Brittaney and didn't accept her for what she was. She wanted to make her something different. You can't make a hoe into a housewife. Haven't you learned that already?
As a 20 to 21-year-old man versus a 50-year-old man,
I did this at 18.
Context, bro.
I did this at 18. I did this at 18.
Okay.
So he was older than me.
All right.
You didn't have the option to make a hoe into a housewife.
Pardon? I beg your pardon? Say that again. Say that again.
Make 12 hoes into housewives.
Say that again.
Hold on.
Say that again.
All right. A game changer said that you didn't have the option to make a hoe into a housewife because they rejected you. Go ahead and respond. Oh man.
You're misunderstood. Right out the gate, I was grandfathered into my first job as a skilled tradesman. I've been sitting women down a lot longer than you have. I was doing it in my 20s. Okay? So again, I understood at 18 what PJ didn't as a legal grown-ass man, that you can't make a hoe into a housewife.
All right, let me ask you this question. Game changer and fantastic. Do y'all believe in trying to make hoes into housewives?
No.
No, of course not.
But here's where the
I think the sphere has been the tip of the spear when teaching guys not to try to do that. So that's one thing I don't necessarily understand about your line of questioning, Obsidian, when you're like I think men know and understand that, even though.
So why are we here then? Why are we here making the case that we got to teach other guys not to go for these type of women that you shouldn't be trying to make a hoe?
No. It's not.
That wasn't a part.
Wait. It's not 100%. It's not.
This is too perfect, Bernard. Please.
Okay, go.
Okay, so the reason why I am here is to expose black female fuckery. Brittaney Renner is black female fuckery. I am here to make a mint exposing black female fuckery. Why are you here, Obsidian?
Oh, I'm absolutely here to do the same thing, but different from you.
Then expose Brittaney Renner.
No, I'm not. No, and I'm gonna tell you the reason why. Because that was preventable. Because that was preventable black female fuckery. It was preventable. It was preventable.
No, wait, hold on. Obsidian.
All of it is preventable.
Obsidian. I was just about to say Obsidian. For it, isn't all of it preventable? Isn't?
Well, what instance are we talking about now? Black female fuckery comes in many forms. Black female fuckery comes in many forms.
Hold on. And prevent anything like that. What the hell? You can live like a Shaolin monk and prevent it. It's all preventable.
Not. I don't live like a monk.
Okay.
And never have.
Okay, but here's the thing, Obsidian. Like I've prevented it personally in my life in terms of interpersonal relationships. I'm not dealing with any any black female fuckery. Black female fuckery exists. Are you saying that it should not be talked about because an individual man can?
Absolutely not. You didn't hear me say that game changer. Nobody else didn't say anything about Brittaney Renner. No, absolutely not.
It sounds like you're coming at
me. It doesn't sound like anything. What I said was I asked a very simple question. I got a simple answer. Now we moved on in the conversation to a very simple question. Okay, then. So if we got so many of these women, and to put a finer point on it, Mr. Fantastic specifically said 8, 9, and 10 pretty women are so bad. Okay, we got it. So if that's the case, Why not go for the 5s? He said because there's so many of those. I agree again. I concede the point. Finding a mate in the 21st century is hard. It's not like it was back in our dad and granddad day. It's hard. It's very hard.
So there are predators that are 5s too. The only
I don't
thing
disagree.
is that, so they're the tiger with shitty stripes. I mean, however,
but the science tells us something different, though, Game Changer. The science tells us that those high and dark triad traits, one of their key markers is that they're very attractive. That's what the science tells us. You look at the science of the dark triad. Pardon?
Could you share that science with us, please?
Yes, I'll give you the book. David Buss, When Men Behave Badly. He has a chapter in there where he talks about female predators. Okay. And what's common among both male and female predators, since that's the argument with Brittaney Renner, since that's the argument, okay. So then we also have to say that one of the profile markers of such an individual is that they're very attractive.
Well, I think that we're confusing causation with correlation, because I think that because a woman is attractive, she is more effective at being a predator, meaning that a 5 didn't have the opportunity to run PJ Washington for his money.
Okay.
So if you were to survey the number of people who ran wealthy men for money, you will find a high concentration of them being attractive because they have the opportunity to do so. You're saying give that same opportunity to mediocre bitches.
No, I'm saying the women that don't have the opportunity, the women you want to get with. There's an old song, a Game Changer. If you want to be happy for the rest of your life, marry an ugly woman.
But you can't take away the opportunity. Well, real quick. You can't take away the opportunity because
that's some old Marvin Cease. That's like some old Marvin Cease or something.
Pardon?
No, but by getting with her, she now has the opportunity.
Okay, so then you would have to show me. So then you would have to show me the number of cases of a Brittaney Renner level of average at best sisters doing what she's doing on that same plane. You would have to show me.
I'm saying it. They do it. They just do it to average men.
But we're talking about Brittaney Renner. We're not talking about average people. By definition, Brittaney Renner with almost 5 million Instagram followers and her baby daddy, who is.
No, we are, because you asked me to give an example of
these are extreme examples of people. So you would have to find me other extreme examples.
You asked me to give example of average people that do it. Now,
I asked you to give me an example of a woman that's doing it at the same level as a Brittaney Renner.
There can't be an average woman.
Okay, so what we're talking about here are extreme examples.
No. She can't do it as well. She can't. She. Okay. An average
doesn't have the opportunity.
An average woman could probably get a guy who makes $60K.
And that brings up the other point. And that brings up the other point.
Real quick. I want to bring up my point. An average woman who's manipulative or has dark triad traits could probably manipulate some guy who meant to make $60K a year.
But we know from the science that that's not likely to happen.
It's not.
But we know from the science that's not likely to happen.
We know it's not as likely, but we know.
No, it's not likely because one of the traits is very attractive. We have to start from that starting premise. You have to be very attractive as a starting premise.
Oh my goodness!
That's what the science says.
Okay, so
okay. This is where
it doesn't say you have to be. It says that the women who did.
This is why you got to reel that shit in before it runs off the train, Bernard. I know how it is. O'Shea used to do the same shit, and then he tried to talk about, I'm sick of you niggas. I'm like, nah, nigga, you let this shit spit out. Like, come on. But anyway, I mean, we're talking at each other, but we all agree. Nobody is trying to turn holes in the housewives. Where the disagreement comes in is you have certain people.
Right, quick, Edward, please.
Yeah.
Are you men are safe with ugly bitches? Is that your stance? Please tell me.
You're borging just a little bit. You're borging just a little bit, Game Changer.
Okay. Is your stance that men are safe with ugly bitches? I'm sorry.
Game Changer, you gotta do something. Game Changer. You gotta.
Straight. Yeah, get that straight now. I understand where he's coming from, but my thing is where the part that I guess the disagreement is, and I'm more on Obsidian side on this, is this idea of saying, okay, well, people have a right to highlight. I'm not saying to not highlight, Brittaney Renner's shining fuckery. But I think the more important point to men is showing them that this is how what you do, and this is an exaggerated, very obvious thing as to how, just like Will Smith, how what you do actually leads into the outcomes that some folks are crying about. And the reality is, it doesn't really matter how much of a dude you think you are, no matter how much money you got, how tall you are, whatever. At the end of the day, if you goofy like this, this ain't even game. This is just, as Obsidian was saying, life goofy shit. And here's the thing, it's worse than what Obsidian is saying. It's way worse. Because the thing about PJ is you cannot make a credible case at all, in my opinion, as to how PJ could have fell into that shit, that Venus flytrap. PJ had not only his dad, he had his high school coach, his AAU coach, his college coach, the women in his family.
Can I rebut it, please?
Well, let me finish and you can happily do that. His females in his family that had his best interest, at least for no random chick coming in and taking money that they would otherwise do. And then if you get rid of all of that, you got this. He had no business being with no female 10 years older than him in the first place. Any dude, like, you take all that stuff away that I just said. And if you get with a female, I've seen this in real life too. You get with a chick 10 years older than you, and you like 19 or 18, and you think you in control of that situation, you're a fucking moron, in my opinion. Because I've seen dudes get caught up with
You're
kids.
also 19 years old.
I get that. But the reality is, for black men, is that nobody gives a fuck about that. You don't get to make those kind of mistakes. There is no bad or soft landing for you. I know dudes that I'm going to say this, I'm going to let you rock, Fantastic. I know dudes that they got caught, they got targeted, and they got 3 baby mamas, and their youngest baby mama is 10 years older than them. This is why I made that statement, how there's no age for consent for black males. Not just recognized in the black community. So understanding that environment, you gonna get to play the I'm 19 years old and then I just didn't know, because life is going to hold you accountable. Life is not going to let you off the hook for that. So that's why I'm saying it. I'm not saying that it's not fair. It is not fair. It's bullshit. But I'm saying understanding that, especially when you're one of these pre-qualified dudes, especially because people are more at risk for that than dudes that are, let's say, average guys. But then you got dudes that they think because they're getting attention that they have control. And that's a myth. But go ahead, Fantastic.
All right, so first off, let me answer your question about the what men have done this. Shout out to the hate God niggas. Adam of the Bible, Samson of the Bible, David of the Bible, Solomon of the Bible. And that's just allegorical. Let's just act like God doesn't exist, and then compare those type of men to what they are and what they did for the sake of vagina. Okay. Then furthermore, you move down the line. Julius Caesar, I think it was Alexander the Great. A few other men throughout history, whatnot, what have you.
To the modern world, please.
Well, the modern world is PJ Washington. This is what we're talking about right here. There's plenty of men who have succumbed to the seductiveness of a woman, bro. That's literally your weakness. It's been taught to you for tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of years. So you guys are expecting men. Am I saying that it just absolves you of making good decisions? No, but we're not talking about a 31-year-old man. We're not even talking about 25. We're talking about 21, 20 years old. Again, this girl's been around him since high school. Okay. And if we were to flip and reverse this around, it's where it was a man versus a woman, an older man versus a young girl, what would be said? We're kind of shooting ourselves in the foot, man. We're arguing against this. That's all I'm trying to get us. You got to stay on track here.
Ed, let me respond to what Fantastic is saying. Okay, it's two things, and I sort of made this point earlier. I'll make it again. It's two things going on here. One, we can call out all of the effery that she is doing and that she is engaging in. We can also call PJ Washington stupid for falling for it. What I don't like is that when people call out the effery, if it comes off like we're trying to deflect from calling out the messed up stuff that women do, it just by saying, "Oh, it's his fault. It's his fault. It's his fault." Yeah, it's his fault. His own decisions. I don't care how young he is. I mean, granted, you can say that she was targeting him when he was in high school. Granted, but Ed made a real good point about how he had his dad and so many people in his corner trying to steer him away from that. And at 19, 20, he went that direction anyway. He played a stupid game.
Wait
a minute. He played a stupid game. He got a stupid prize. But hold on. His stupid game and his stupid prize does not mean that women are excused for all that they do. We still can call out that effery. And so I think that's where the conversation goes off the rail when
it's not an either
it goes off the rail in two ways. It goes off the rail when it starts coming off like, oh, we can't say nothing about it. And I also think it goes off the rail when we start trying to say that he's not the victim of his own choices. Both of those things are true. We have to concede that point.
Because make no mistake, because motherfuckers know how I am with these light skinned bitches, like straight up. So I can do, but the point that the thing about it is with Brittaney is I've always said this on females. If it is relatively, it's the future argument. Brittaney gets the future argument. Any chick that deals with future, it's your fault. You know who you messing with. He does not lie about who he is. If you are as far as I'm concerned, let me tell you about immoral people. If you are transparent about your immoral behavior, then at that point, if somebody chooses to engage with you, that, in my opinion, is on you. You don't get to engage, and people will say, well, what, he was young? No, I side with Obsidian. Fuck that. He is not that young. This is a dude. Remember, this is a dude that's in the NBA. PJ ain't no dude. This ain't like DJ Academics that he a lame and then he came up on some money and social media fame and then a chick like that show him and then he don't know what it is. This is a dude that has been pre-qualified from birth. PJ has had females wanting him, and when I went to high school, and you had people that were all Americans. We had quite a few all Americans in my local area when I was in school, and a variety that they're local celebrities. On top of that, with social media, PJ ain't sheltered like that. Brittaney probably ain't even the most attractive female he's ever dealt with.
Bruh, obviously so, because it's the only one he got pregnant. Hold on.
All right. I didn't get it because my service is about to go away. So if I may, please. Obsidian, are you saying that black men are safe with ugly bitches?
That's not.
I'm saying. So I'm sorry. What was that?
Are you saying that black men are safe with ugly women?
I'm saying that black men are safe not dealing with dark triad women, and I talk about that to that effect in my book, the Book of Obsidian.
No, but to my question, I know you just answered another question. I'm asking this question: are black men safe with ugly women?
I don't know.
So why would you suggest that a black man get with the ugly women for safety?
I didn't say anything about safety. You did.
Okay, so you're saying why he didn't marry an average woman, and I shouldn't say ugly. Let's just say why he didn't marry an average woman, probably because, like you, he don't know if he would be safe with an average woman.
I never said I wasn't safe with average women. I never said I wasn't safe with women that weren't average. That was never my argument. Never.
Okay,
no, moreover, I never wanted a family or a wife. Moreover, I never said I wanted a family or a wife.
Wait a minute. Okay. Okay. Sorry, I was reading something in the chat room. All right. The thing is that the reason why he didn't go for an uglier woman is because it is likely that he would have the same problems just with an uglier woman.
I have no idea if that's true or not.
The numbers speak to it. The numbers say he would. The numbers when you apply this to black women, again, Obsidian, this isn't just the 8 9s or dimes that do the 1% of the attractiveness of women account for 100% of the 80% of out of wedlock birth rates. Of course not, right? So again, we know that. So yeah, exactly. So we know that this is up and down the line, and we know what there are way more. There are 99% of excuse me, 7s and below, And then we know that 99% is more of like 75% of those are like foes and belows. So what are we saying here? The attractiveness has nothing to do with what these women are going to do when it comes to getting pregnant and using the po-ho hustle. Child support is a po-ho hustle.
No, you right.
Now,
I don't.
Let me do this right quick, Edward, please. I would like everybody to watch not a season, but watch a random episode of the Maury Povich show, and then I want you to see if she is a 9. I am willing to bet 85 cents that she is not a 9 or above. Yet she is on the Maury Povich show, fleecing a nigga for child support.
So
She is screaming. She is right quick. She is screaming child support, child support, child support, and she's ugly as shit. Now,
and that's after like the third nigga being wrong.
Hold on, right quick. By your logic, PJ Washington could have got with one of those, and he could have been a nigga on stage, just like the other one on the Maury Povich show, while she's screaming child support. It's just that she gets a bigger check from him.
So well, that wasn't my argument, but
yeah, that's what
I know you didn't.
That was never my argument.
Yeah, but Obsidian's okay. Obsidian's a bachelor. His whole thing is, I'd rather be by well, not by.
He's a bachelor, but he's not abstinent. He's not a monk. He's not out here fucking hoes.
No, and nobody. And I don't know. Did Obsidian? Did you make that argument that he shouldn't have?
No, of course, but that's what I'm saying. You guys, again, man. Shout out to Obsidian, man. Obsidian is a method of doing this. I didn't say this, but again, it's only one or the other. If you're going to say, well, you don't have to play, but he's not even living by his own argument. Hold on, fam, hold on. Obsidian saying, well, just don't play the game, but that's not even what he's doing himself, because he knows it's unrealistic for you to tell a grown-ass man, hey, you can't find a bitch that you can trust, you can believe, or any of this other shit. Well, just put your dick up, okay? Just again, get you a lifetime supply and a contract with Jergens or Lubriderm, and a Pornhub account. Man, come on, stop.
Come on, fantastic. Come on.
That's what I'm saying. I'm just
where the hell is Ramil? Like where they pull Ramil off of Patreon and bring his ass back to YouTube for a second? You know good and well that that's a false choice. Those are false choices.
That's why what I'm saying.
Hold on, Ed. I don't know if you might have missed it, but Obsidian in so many words, because I'm not. It's impossible to quote him exactly right down to every apostrophe and comma. But in so many words, he said that. In so many words, he did say that. That was
you said as recently as a few days ago, Bernard, that I was known to take a knee, and I have. There have been times in my life I said, you know what, man, the pickings are so bad. You know what, fuck it, I'm just gonna sit it out for a while.
Yeah.
That's a sense.
Hold on, wait, real quick. All right, y'all. I am infinitely behind on the super chat, so let's try to get caught up on the super chats. I appreciate everybody who've been supporting the stream. We got 500 Betty people in here, so make sure y'all definitely hit the like button. If you're new here, please subscribe to the channel, and let's go ahead and hop on super chats quickly. Run through them fast.
Theo WAF at Mr. Fantastic 824. I learned about passport from white boys, and sure, there were bad experiences, yet I know the bad is here. The Naked Truth by Annette's Worldviews says these men are being led by ego. They want the notoriety of dating the baddest chick. They fall for bad girls, then cry when they get bitten. Snuggle668 says, to all you people sending my man Bernard super chats and expect me to get tight on reading your stupid super chat, you won't get through. I know English.
Huh? Go ahead.
Let's run through them.
Is that it?
Drew's World says, GC emotional AF. Shout out fantastic. 6'5" gang in the house.
Shout out to the BABGs.
Wait, hold on. It's a few more up here. We got oh shoot, you clicked off. There you go.
Ace Fast says, Obsidian, you're talking like PJ complaining about losing money and her. He's complaining because he was being denied seeing his child. Child support is for absent fathers, not for a cash out option.
I don't disagree. I talked about that last night. A lot of black
Leo Anthony says this situation should really be called out more by women. There should have been multiple videos about how women can be sexual predators too, as well as men, since they always jump on men when the situation is in reverse.
Right. Now, I did say, no, I said if she was circling around high schools and colleges and stuff, I can put her in that predator category. It was
I disagree. I see a predator when those people in college are by definition adults.
Well, they said it's debatable whether it was high school or college, but either way it go, somebody's circling around the college saying, "Watch out for your son."
And skip that whole ass nigga too, by the way.
Edward Anderson.
Wait, hold on, wait, no. You just don't Ron Burgundy us. We gonna skip that and click off of there.
Appreciate the $5. Appreciate the $2.
Appreciate. My bad, Ed. I ain't know that was.
No, that ain't your fault.
I want to be like Ed, man.
Hoop Jargon says, "I'm late to the party, but salute Bernard as always."
Shout out to you. Appreciate
I'll
it.
read your super chats if you send it to my platform. Shit.
Falcon Black says, "I blame myself for wifing the wrong women. I saw some traits, but let it slide, like most men."
All right. I think that's it on the super chat. Well, we do got Vita Boogie in the building. He said, "This is my last two. Gotta help PJ with the child support." Shout out to you. Appreciate you coming. Appreciate y'all coming through on the super chat.
These last $2. I'm not gonna lose.
All right.
And what a lot of folks don't understand too about us really talk about PJ, it's really not about clowning him. It's really a lesson moment, but it's also letting these folks know, like, a lot of these guys are in high status elite situations. Brittaney Renner is really messing up the game, low key. She's polluting that whole game that they pulling. She's polluting it because a lot of these guys are now afraid to be the next PJ Washington. And make no mistake, PJ was not the first time he got caught up like this. Drake got caught up like this with that porn star chick she had a kid with. It just, she didn't pull that BS on him to that level. Paul George got caught up with that stripper he dealt with where he tried to pay for the abortion and he ended up marrying. So now you're starting to see this situation where it's happened enough to where dudes are starting to get clowned for this, to where a lot of dudes don't want to be the next one. What happened with that LaMelo Ball, or was it whichever one in Charlotte?
You left out LaMelo. That's what I'm saying. It was confirmed that, well, not confirmed. It's still being speculated that he got that old girl's pregnant, and she damn near 30.
Yeah, he got rid of her though. Like, apparently,
no. You talking about Lonzo? You talking about Lonzo or LaMelo? Because you know it's two.
I'm talking the one is good.
What? Damn, both of them good, man.
Well, no. I'm talking about the one on Charlotte Hornets. No,
yeah, that's LaMelo. Yeah, that's
I
LaMelo.
know Alonzo's good. He's in it, but this is the middle child that I'm not talking about. I'm not trying to play him. I'm just saying. So he got rid of the chick you talk about. He got rid of her. What I heard, and maybe it ain't confirmed, so I'm not gonna put my foot on it. But that wasn't what the case was, and that rumor had the way she responded to that rumor. He didn't like, so he got rid of her. And so a lot of these, so we don't know. It could still be true when he's pregnant, but that'll come back out. But my point is, a lot of these guys don't want to be that next dude. And that's one of the things this space has done a good job at doing, is kind of creating a rail gun to make this stuff look goofy. And see, here's another thing I think, and I'm going to say this, and I'm hopping off. One of the things I want to really look at too, dynamics, is that select, non-select dynamic. Obsidian says he represents the non-select brothers. I'm sure. So you got, Fantastic at 6'5". A lot of these dudes that would be considered pre-qualified, it seems that folks be having a different perspective, because GC is up there in height too, then it may be other folks. And so one thing that folks need to understand is guys like PJ and stuff like this, whether you got money, you got the genetic currency, whatever, you have to be people have to be more careful because y'all are the concentrated target. So this is what I'm saying. I'm not saying these women are not bad. But what I'm saying is, and I'm not saying you can't preach to how bad they are, but we cannot assume that these women are going to be shamed into not trying to pull the BS they're going to pull. So these guys have to start, this is where pump and dump becomes great. And when dudes talk about you creating the single mothers you complain about, I call complete bullshit on that. Because the reality is you got to be in a kill or be killed mode. PJ is not wrong for having sex with her. PJ is wrong for falling in love with her. I want to be clear on. I want to be clear about my position on that. PJ should have got it out of his system, had a strong fling like Zion was doing, and then left it alone. But PJ fell in love. That's his issue. I'm gonna hop off with that.
Right on. Good stuff. Freeman's Journal in the building. Go ahead. You got the flow. You got the mic.
Oh man, Ed took my whole point. But I'm glad the interview happened. Right. I'm glad she's out there. I'm glad men are having to look at their choices and make better ones. Right. Lest they be clowned, lest they look like the next fool. And I mean, who was that other one he interviewed? Blue Jasmine kind of kicked it off. That was the whole thing. Like, who is going to touch her? Right. Remember that? I was like, she's washed. Who wants to be that sap, or who wants to be known as the dude who's paying Blue Jasmine's bills? Now here comes Brittaney Renner, and she's putting salt in all of their game. And she, if I'm on another panel, some of these chicks are going to own it. Like, there's your girl. Look what y'all doing. So that was my whole point. I like the interview. I'm glad it's out there, and I'm glad that she is being shown. Right, so that black men just have to make better decisions, basically.
Yeah, here's where I'm at with it. What's fascinating to me, and picking up on Edward's point, what's fascinating to me is if it takes the black manosphere to clown people, grown men, into seeing something that they should recognize when they're in high school, that's a damning indictment on black men. That's a damning indictment. And let's be clear. It's not that PJ Washington didn't have a father in his life.
Hold on, wait, Obsidian. Well, back up real quick, because I had my headsets off. What was a damning indictment on black men?
I said, if we have to have the black manosphere to clown people, to keep from messing with people, other people who you should know about when you're in high school, that's a damning indictment on black men. That's a damning indictment, especially in light of the fact that PJ Walker had a father in his life who tried to help him. And this is the reason why black men need to read. Black men need to read because the classics warn us about this.
I don't think it's a damning indictment on black men. Hold on, wait. I don't know. I gotta back up. I gotta back up on that statement. I don't think it's a damning indictment on black men because a dumb athlete did something dumb.
But Edward said the black man, he ran off the examples. The black manosphere was instrumental in creating an environment where other high-profile black men don't want to end up like PJ. My position is, if that's true, that's a damning indictment on black men, especially in light of the fact.
No. It's a good thing on black men that there's a community of black men who.
That's a damning indictment. You should know that already as a kid.
Calling out the dumb among
you should know that already as a kid.
I know, but if we accept,
so the fact that we don't says that there's something wrong.
Why do you keep saying we don't? We do. It's a dumb athlete that doesn't.
But you said it's a good thing that other black men do it for other black men. I'm saying the very fact that's a discussion point says something is wrong.
It says something is wrong with him and the other dumb athletes to do it. But that's not a damning indictment.
So we're talking about black men then, not just one singular.
If the majority of black men are calling it out and saying, "Hey, you being stupid," then it's not a damning indictment on black men. It's showing that black men are acknowledging that this thing is stupid.
But what Edward was saying was that he cited numerous examples.
Hold on. It's a damning indictment on the dumb, got rich at 21 celebrity black men who engage in that stupid behavior. It is
okay. So how do we explain the black men who are the average at best guys who do the same dumb thing?
They are dumb. Fortunately, this is the black. Fortunately, this is a black manosphere, and
I'm saying that it's a data.
And we know the data. Hold on. And we know the data, and we know that the majority of men don't fall into that. To quote you, it's a small percentage of black men and they engaging in that. We've proven that. You've proven
those are the guys that are the loudest voices in the room.
Okay, but
who the main ones making all raising all the ruckus about child support, raising all the ruckus about all this other stuff? Who are they?
Damning indictment on black men if the majority of black men either don't engage in it or call it out.
So my position is that the classics inform us on all this. Jason and the Argonauts, Jason and the story of the Golden Fleece, the Sirens. We already if you read your classics, and many black men have not, they don't know about the story of Jason and the Golden Fleece, and how the Sirens would lure men to their death, to their doom, and how Jason defeated the Sirens. So we don't even know our own history in this regard.
Who's washing dishes? Somebody's washing dishes.
It's not me.
I think the gentleman at the bottom, I believe your name is Emmanuel Williams. We need you to
mute. I just muted.
Okay, yeah, you look dressed very nice. You don't look to be a dishwasher, but you sound like you.
Oh no.
You sound like you're in the back at Applebee's washing dishes. But all right, go ahead. You got the floor. You got the mic.
Well, the first thing I'm gonna say is in every single race, we gonna have dumb people in the race that get finesse. Finessing is not just something that happened to us black people. People getting big in finesse forever. So when we see these athletes,
and I gotta step away for a split second, gentlemen. I'll be right back.
All right, yeah. So when we see these athletes getting finesse, I personally believe that, you know what I'm saying, only reason we see it at such a large level is because the media makes money off of it. So if we look at all the athletes that have not been in that situation to get finesse, and we compare it, it's a very small, minute percentage of these guys getting finesse. But all athletes of all races have been getting finesse forever. When you come into that type of money, people want to want it. And so I get what the brother was saying, was like, hey, we got to know these things and they're getting the attention, is because you got to remember the media don't make money off the men that are doing the right thing and actually making the thing happen. Like the guy who not getting finesse, he's married, making good money. That doesn't make sense to the media because that's not the narrative that they want to push on the black men. So those type of people will get attention because it makes money, but in reality, that's not the majority. So you say all black men are the majority of black men. This is a small system. It's a business. They've been finessing men forever. Kind of makes sense. So,
may I say one other thing while we're here? It's always fascinating that our good friend and brother Game Changer, and I've noticed this about him, and I didn't say anything, but because I find it fascinating. I noticed that he will always default to me to try to make his argument, and he ends up invariably hanging himself on his own petard. And I just find that fascinating. What it tells me is that he's running out of arguments. When he has to resort to using me or trying to play gotcha with me, it's telling me that he's run out of his own. He's run out of arguments. It's a very clever form of ad hominem.
Yeah, you can look at it that way, but I think it comes down to is that I think you're very disagreeable too. You're not agreeing with what the norm is, so it's easy for me to go back and forth with the person that I know 9 times 10 is on the other side of my argument. If that kind of makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, for example, take the whole thing about the four homely sisters, which he didn't mention at all. I find that's interesting about that story is that nobody. It's called the four homely sisters for a reason. It's not called the 12 hot chicks who shot me down. It's called the four homely sisters. And I find it fascinating that the people who want to try to throw that back up in my face never mention the four homely sisters. They only talk about the 12 hot chicks that shot me down. Why is that? I don't think that's by accident. I don't think that's accidental. I think that's very intentional. They want to not deal with the fact that I had choice too. And that's the point. And since that's being brought, that's part of the conversation here regarding Washington. Yeah, I was the constant. I was the constant in getting turned down, and I was also the constant in turning down other women. See, I was the constant in being turned down by women, but I was also the constant in turning down women too. I was at the center of both.
Well,
and what I'm saying is, I took personal responsibility for it. I didn't blame anybody else. I didn't cast myself as a hapless gazelle or zebra walking into the maw of a lion. No, I'm not a victim. I was a volunteer. I didn't have what it takes to get the women that I wanted. And the women that wanted me didn't have what it takes to get me. So I sat it out.
Well, but you gotta
that was the solution. But see, for a lot of black men, that's an untenable solution because any pussy is better than none.
Well, I think it comes down that we got to know what we qualify for. Like I kind of like how you said the women that you wanted you couldn't get, but the women who was trying to get you, the women that kind of get you, they did not qualify for you. So we got to first kind of understand. First of all, in debate or in argument, you only bring up the things that you can definitely make points on. So I'm not going to bring up, and I'm an outsider, just to let you guys know. I'm not I'm not going to bring up something that I cannot definitively defend. So when you say why didn't they bring them up, I personally believe that they might just didn't have a defense or a stand on that. But you got to look at it. I want to kind of address your last point that you made.
Yeah.
You said most guys are not willing to sit out.
Yes.
Well, what younger men are doing, we're saying, hey, check this out. It's other races that we can get the hot chick, the type of woman that we want, if we pursue them. And I know that's against everybody. Everybody don't like it, but we're just what we're doing is we're going to where the hot chicks that want us.
Yeah, but you're saying something different from what I'm saying.
No, you're saying just sit out because they don't have any.
You're saying something different from what I'm saying.
Correct. What you're saying.
You're saying go and deal with non-black women altogether. I'm not arguing for or against that. I never brought that up. I said the women who I wanted didn't want me, and the women that wanted me I didn't want, so I sit it out. Nothing.
Correct. And I'm saying it is an alternative because you said that. My point that I'm making is that last point that you said that men are just willing to settle for anything. They're willing
I'm saying for a lot of black men, and if you want to go into the generational piece of behind it, you can go and do that. I'm just simply saying for a lot of black men, it is an untenable position to say nothing. Just sit it out. You get nothing. That's untenable.
But why don't we? When we start talking about men that are earning higher.
Hey, hold on, real quick, Emmanuel. It sounds like you got something turned on in the background, like your YouTube feed or something. You gotta mute up. You gotta mute something up. It's an echo.
I was sitting in a lobby area. Is that better?
Oh yeah, you sound a lot better right now. Shout out to Fasting His Life says feminism won. It's over. Cope, submit. Cope, huh? Oh, I needed a space right there. Cope, submit to BFF forever. All right, fine. Okay, but no, shout out to Fasting His Life. Go ahead, Emmanuel.
All right, so this is the point that I'm making. That is us young men. That is not our only option. If we can't get the one that we want, and the ones that trying to get us does not qualify, what we're doing is going out to find women that we want that qualifies for us.
Wait a minute. Hold on, real quick. The route that I got to take this, I'm gonna push mute because you got some static in the background, but it sounds like you're coming in to ultimately put an option on the table that's never been taken off the table, that's always been on the table. Like I never understand it when people make that argument. I mean, a lot of brothers date out, some don't, but I think enough brothers do to where when that gets presented as if it's I never thought of that. I've never understood that about SYSBM. I think that's something generally you don't have to tell brother. Like, put it like this: there's no such thing as an incel who's turning down Latina vagina in the name of pro-black. There's no pro-black incels out there. Okay, so I don't understand the argument. I mean, I understand that talking about it, promoting it, hey, get your passports, travel, live your life is more out there. I understand that, but You're making it seem like this option that's that you got to present this option on the table that was already on the table, that's never going to get really removed from the table in an open market American melting pot society. I don't really get the point.
Well, the point is, when you stepped away, he stated that he didn't qualify for certain women that he's trying to get, and the women that was trying to get him doesn't qualify. So he said that sit out and don't do anything, and that's why that point came.
That's what I did. I said that's what I did.
Okay, but and the reason that I'm quoting him here, the women that he wanted, the hot women that he wanted didn't want him. I don't think it was the case that he had a bunch of just flaming hot Latina, Asian, and white women who wanted him, but he was just drop kicking them every time they came to his door. I don't think that was the case. So that's why I don't necessarily understand that argument. I think whatever it is that okay, it varies to some degree because there are cultural differences. Shout out to Pablo talking about overseas. Yeah, women do they do view men different, and they are more likely to choose up on a man if he's accomplished something. So yeah, that there are differences like that, but I don't believe, like, if Obsidian, I'm just hypothetically saying, if his standard was 8 9s, they got to be an 8 9 or 10. They got to be beautiful. Beauty matters, as he said. I don't think that beautiful black women were rejecting him, but he just had a sea of beautiful white, Asian, and Hispanic women that he was drop kicking when they came towards him. So that's why, again, I don't necessarily understand that argument. But the only point I'll give you, and we saw this on Kevin Samuels' show, there are some men who are race loyal to the point they're race loyal to the point to where even when Kevin Samuels was saying, "Hey, open up your options," they pushed back and they fought against them. They did. They pushed back and they fought against them. So for those guys, in the event that those guys are not able to get access to black women, but they're being race loyal to them, which I don't think exists, a race loyal incel, then you presenting what you're presenting would be appropriate. So that's why I never quite understand it from that standpoint. I think it's only a smaller percentage of people who your argument really applies to. I don't know if it applies generally across the board.
No, it doesn't. And that's the other thing I was really curious about. I hear a lot of claims about Generation Z and that sort of thing, but I don't see a lot of empirical data to back it up. Right now, we have I'm talking about marriages now. We have about 15% of black men who marry out at present, and that's across all age groups. So we would have some type of data to prove one way or another.
But wait, that 15, that's still technically a high number, though, compared to other people, if I'm not mistaken.
No, it's not. It's compared to whites and Asians, that's the single highest out marriage group. Jews are out marrying at an alarming rate. Hispanics and Native Americans are, intermarrying with whites and assimilating at a quickening pace. So black Americans, actually, both men and women, actually have the lowest intermarriage rates.
Okay, well, I'll recant. I'll do a partial recant on some of what I said. And actually, I did know the date on that. I just forgot about it. But I forgot exactly what it was. It's been a while since I looked at it. I forgot at what rate that will do white men marry out. Are you sure Asian men marry out at a high rate?
I said Asian women and white men.
Yes. I always knew that white men and Asian women had they got a thing for each other. But but I don't think Asian men marry out at a very high rate, and I'm not quite sure that white women do. I don't think white women do either.
No, they don't. No, they don't.
So
yeah, actually, I forgot. I did a stream on that a while ago. Per the stats, white women are technically the most race loyal. So there's that.
Yeah. Okay, Cupid confirmed that, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
So my question to you guys, based off what is going on, y'all think it will increase?
Pardon? I didn't hear what he said.
I didn't hear it either. He started.
Can y'all guys hear me now?
Yeah, go ahead.
What I'm saying is, I believe with the options that we have now, that 15% will increase a lot.
Well, that's a
that's what I'm
belief.
saying. I think
Fact.
you
That's a
don't think
belief,
that's a fact.
but it's not a fact.
Well, yeah, a
I
fact is subject to change. So it starts as a belief and then it becomes a fact.
Well, that's just it. We're waiting for facts to come in. We'll see. I don't know.
I tend to think my personal thoughts is I think over time it's just the natural progression of a multicultural, multiracial society that those numbers will increase. That's just my thought process on it.
Well, if that was true, then the numbers for blacks would be higher than they are.
Yeah,
Well,
I get.
Is that number of 15% evenly distributed across age groups, Obsidian?
I don't know.
But do you think it would be more likely that the younger marriages have a higher percentage, right?
I don't
Black
know.
men under 30.
I don't know.
No, I'm asking you to guess. I'm asking you to use make an educated guess.
I don't know. Well, for one thing, we know that black millennials marital rate is almost half of what the black Gen Xer marital rate is. So in other words, they're not getting married at anywhere near the same numbers as Gen Xers. And I see Mr. Fantastic is back here. He can attest to this because he's made this case before, and it's empirically supported. Black millennial marital numbers are much lower than Gen Xers, who are in turn much lower than baby boomers in Black America.
And Gen Z is keeping along with the trend. Not just to mention Black people, but marriage overall is down. So everybody's getting married less, whatever reason it may be. So the whole thing of like marriage being a viable option at this point is just like I'm not saying don't do it or saying it's totally against it. It's just that people are waking up to the I guess the downfalls or the deficits versus the positives and the net gains in it, man. People just aren't getting married like that.
That's true, but there's the other side to that statistic is the divorce rate is down as well.
Well, the divorce rate is gonna be down if you have less marriage, bro.
Marriages, right?
That's directly correlated.
No. If people are getting divorced less, right, as other men are choosing not to get married, maybe they shouldn't have got married in the first place.
Yeah, I was about to say that's the good news about all this. I mean, we usually speak about this in doom and gloom terms, but the good news is that fewer Black people getting married means that those who remain truly wanted to be married. They really wanted to be together. Also, older folks marrying, they have longer marriages. The older you are, the more likely your marriage is to go the distance as opposed to being younger. So there are fewer marriages and they're getting married at older ages. And the good news about both is that we really wanted to be together. So I think that's a good thing. Now the trick is on a macro level. Shout out to Dr. Jordan Peterson on this. On a macro level, questions of community, questions of how do you solve larger problems in lieu of not having a plurality of Black families, which is the bedrock of community, that comes up. And I don't know what the answers are. So there's that. But as far as, more happy Black couples, yeah, that's a good. We'll have fewer of them, but those who remain will be much more happier than they were in the past, and that's a good thing.
All right. Shout out to Fast in His Life once again. He said you can always trick or do doll
sell.
Doll
He said
sell.
get a doll.
Okay. He says get on your purpose. Shout out to Fast in His Life. All right, GC back in the building. Go ahead. You got the floor. You got the mic. GC. Game changer.
Well, if you don't come in,
oh yeah, go ahead, Fantastic.
I was gonna say this. The whole 15% thing is for Asian women. Asian men are the least wanted. Asian men and Black women are the least wanted when the OkCupid dating app, whatever thing that was found. Okay, so that's those two are like the least wanted demographic groups. This whole thing, man, even though people are starting to intermingle more and date interracially, mate interracially, all these different things, still you're going to have Black men are never going to catch up just by the numbers, okay? Because again, those women, if anything, they're going to increase the number of interests in the groups that already have the higher numbers. That's just trending. You know, the way trends work. So again, my whole thing about this argument, bro, is like, and not saying it's not possible, not saying hey, don't do it, but again, like I made this argument the other day, black men aren't around other groups of women like that enough to even have the possibility. Now, if you're gonna tell him to go travel and this and the other, go find your love in LA, Chicago, Atlanta, New York City, yes, but still, then what are you doing? You're betting on starting a long distance relationship, everything working out, finding being able to vet a woman that's away from you, hours away, get her to relocate. You guys be able to, do, bro. That's just too many logistics, and you're literally telling the black man to do what no other man has to do. Now, of course, hey, anything
Well,
you
other men
want is worth
do it.
fighting for.
Hold on, wait,
No,
real
they
quick.
don't. No, they don't.
Well,
No,
they don't.
Bernard.
They don't.
They
They don't
don't.
have. Hold on, wait. I think. Okay, you might be right in the. They don't feel like they don't have to do it, but there's a lot of them that want to do it. I mean, it's not a bad lifestyle doing that from what I've heard about it. It is not a bad lifestyle doing that or playing that overseas game. But
I'm not even talking overseas. I'm talking intra-continental, like going from Georgia to Cali or Texas to Illinois. I'm saying even that you're still trying to start something from a long distance basis. Those long distance relationships have the least. Those work the least. You're still like the majority of black people reside in the South. The South is going to be one of the least, like intercultural and options that you're going to have.
Bro,
you know what I'm saying?
What America do you live in, dude? I've been in like 4 states in the last 7 years, and everybody is everywhere. I mean, you got to live in a small town.
Who am I
in the
talking
deep
with?
South.
Thank brother. And again, brother, respectfully, what is the majority of the deep South? What is it comprised of? I hate
we're
when you
not
guys
talking
do
about
this.
them.
What that's the
They're not
majority.
moving the needle
Hold on,
anyway.
brother. Respectfully, why would you not be? That's where the majority of black men are.
Oh, okay, fantastic, bro.
That's where the majority. Hold on, Trey. No, this is going. This what y'all gonna stop doing to me when I know what the hell I'm talking about and just glazing over it. Fantastic is right when he says the majority of black men live in small southern towns. Okay, majority of black men are not in Atlanta. They're not in Chicago. They're not in LA. They're not in New York. Okay, what I'm saying is fact. So again,
dude, no one is telling the entire aggregate of black men that is their only option.
You're telling the majority.
How are you presenting it like that?
This is simple numbers.
Who is saying the aggregate of all black men are paid out?
Time out, everybody. Time out for a second. All right, I'm getting lost here. Fantastic. What point are you making? I don't get what point you're making. Are you trying to say that they're making an argument saying that the majority of black men need to date out?
The guy that responded to me,
and that you're saying that it's ultimately not possible for the majority to do it, but it's an option for some.
Listen, it's not probable. Okay, I'm not saying it's not possible. Possible and probable. I understand the definition of and the context of those two words. Other people seem to not do it. This brother directly responded to me and said, you got to be talking about a small town in the deep South. Yes, my nigga, because that's where the majority of black men are. Small towns in the deep South. This ain't my opinion. This is facts. Okay? So again, you're going to tell the majority of black people reside in the South. Majority of the South are small towns. You only have hold on, bro. You asked the question, so I got to break down the science for you. You only have like maybe five major cities in the deep South, bro. Miami, which is not even like a southern place, it's a whole different field. Orlando, Atlanta, you can argue Tampa, Jacksonville don't even count. Jacksonville's big, but they have the population to cover it. Louisiana, like New Orleans, something like that. So, bro, you don't even have the numbers. That's what I'm trying to say for you to do this. You guys, the first thing you go to is like, oh, well, you got to be talking. Yeah, I'm talking about the majority of things. You supporting my point by arguing my point. You guys are telling black men.
I'm not arguing this defeatist attitude. The option to date out is there. Period. You know, and no one who says date out said everybody. No one's going to Matari, Louisiana and saying date out.
Brother, the option for you to go to the gym and lift 1,000 pounds on your chest is possible too.
Bro,
Yeah, I know. It's
I can't do
undefeatable
it.
logic.
Let me get this. Fantastic, bro.
All my
Let me
younger
get this.
cousins,
Let me get this.
my younger cousins don't
Fantastic.
even date black women.
Bro, let me
I
get
got
this. From
you. All right,
military
go
man
ahead.
to military man.
Go ahead, Trey. You got it.
Fantastic. I'm like you, bro. I've been around this world. I know I got about 10 years on you, but I'm calling cap on you, bro. My fan from the deep south, my dad's side, just like yours. And I just left there yesterday. Everybody dating everybody in Mississippi right now. Man, I was like, holy shit, what the hell going on down here? But here's the real deal, bro.
Clans too.
Bro, it don't even matter, bro. People dating everybody. Now, when you look around here, brothers in the U.S., we know that 80% of these chicks are freaking obese. Everybody been saying that up here. But okay,
It's
one
technically
dude.
just like Trey. One small.
Oh, my bad.
correction.
Overweight.
One small
My
correct.
bad.
Yeah, they don't really matter. I mean,
51% are obese.
Let's just in the name of accuracy. In the name of accuracy.
Okay.
All right.
51% are obese, and 80% at the aggregate are technically overweight at the BMI scale. My bad. I'm sorry, everybody. But here's the deal, fellas. My man up here, I don't know his name, is speaking straight facts. The option is yours. However, that pessimistic talk will keep brothers making bad choices like PJ Washington made. Yeah, we all know that Brittany Cooper is horrible and we can call her out. But at the end of the day, the black men as a whole, as a collective, as everybody like to say over here, ain't gonna change if we keep making excuses for like younger dudes. Now, everybody up here, for the most part, dudes in the black manosphere went through hell. It's a bunch of Gen Xers, and we all had kids at young age, dealt with Keisha. Some of us moved on, some of us haven't. But for the most part, like Obsidian said, you got to take accountability for this. That's it.
Yeah, no, I'm with you with that, but I just don't draw the line in the sand based off the race, but I draw the line in the sand based off how that person conducts themselves. So we should be moving on from Keisha if Keisha is defined as the destructive, combative, the stereotypical ABW.
And again,
if she falls into that category, that yes, we need to be strongly moving away from that. And that's where I got some disagreement. I don't disagree with Fantastic on that much, but I got some disagreement on that with him on that, even though I understand it's a compelling argument.
Y'all aren't listening, but that's not what I'm saying.
All right, well, no, go ahead. Make it.
And again, this is what you guys keep trying to go to to the worst extreme. I'm simply saying what the facts are. You guys try to turn what I'm saying from what the facts are is in me of support of anything or whatnot. No one even acknowledged that I was right in what I said. This dude literally, whoever he is, and now he's being a hoe in the chat talking about I'm gonna die alone, bro. I'm like half your age and like probably, I ain't gonna say twice your size, but bro, ain't no pussy problems over here, fam. Don't play yourself. You must don't know who I am. But anyway, like hoe ass old niggas do. They think they know everything when again you prove my point and solidified it. All I'm saying is this. My argument is and has always been the black man is being asked to do something no other man has to do. Am I saying that he should not do it?
What is he being asked?
He's asked.
I want to ask that same question.
He's being asked to defy history, anthropology, sociology, and everything else. No man, you guys just gave the largest percent of numbers for who. We agreed upon this, right? Hold on. You asked the question, let me answer it. We agreed upon the two highest groups that date out are white men and Asian women. The highest numbers are 15%. 15%. Okay. Black men, I think, are next to last behind black women and Asian men. Okay. So again, now you're going to ask the black man to defy not only what the trend already is, but anthropology and history to where you want him to date out in the majority. It is never, ever going to happen.
Well, here's the deal, Fantastic.
Hold on, Sam, stop. No. Before you say anything, hold on, wait.
You gotta stop at a certain point, Fantastic.
Bro, I didn't, but y'all always do. You said your shit. I'll let you rap, bro.
All right.
Damn.
I'm just trying to respond to a certain point.
I'm gonna let you where you gotta respond to this before you respond to anything. Tell me where I'm wrong. Before you respond to any damn thing, tell me about anything that I just said that is wrong. Go.
I'll respond. First of all, anthropology, you're wrong, bro. Black wasn't a concept until the 1600s. That's just fact, man. A white man made it up in the 1600s.
Bruh,
We've been. Hold on. Let me respond. Hold on, no, it's not semantics, bro. Bro, no, bro. Let me respond to you.
Your tribe, your
tell
group,
you where you
the
wrong.
thing
No,
that
bro,
you,
come
the
on,
group
Fantastic.
of people you are identified as, bro.
Is right.
Don't, bro. No, you're wrong.
Come on, Fantastic. Let me respond to you.
You being a hoe right now.
Anthropology. No, bro.
Bro, you being a hoe.
You asked me to respond.
Answer the question.
Fantastic. That is answering the question.
No, it's not.
You don't like it, just because you don't like it, don't make it facts, bro. That's feelings.
The group of people that are like
Fantastic.
you, then.
You can only make your own feelings, bro. You can't make your own facts, homie. Shout out to Mike Pence.
Answer the question.
Now I did. Anthropology,
no, you didn't.
1600 before that.
All right, hold on. Wait. What was the question? Fantastic. Restate the question and Trey give a direct answer to it. Go ahead, Fantastic.
Again, black people, ADOS, whatever in the hell you want to identify us as, okay? No group of people, their same demographic that they are identified by sociologically or whatever has dated out in a majority. That's okay. Tell me the group that has gold.
All right, Trey. So that's the question. Have there been some other group that has dated out in the majority?
Yes. You know, here's the deal. This is like I said.
Who?
Everybody. We are all mutts in this country.
And
let me finish. Fantastic. Get out your feelings, bro. Let me finish, bro. Fantastic. Let me respond to you, bro.
Nigga, you lying.
Hold on. Let's try to keep it clean and one at a time. Fantastic. You put a question on the table. He gave an answer that he's given because he defines race differently than you. So we just got to accept that.
No, we can't. Bernard, no, we cannot.
Can I finish responding, Fantastic?
Bernard, he's giving a bullshit ass answer to a question that has a clear defined and again anthropological historical context.
Hold on. Fantastic. Because of that, I think you sort of secured your W in that round of it. So just sit back and just let him go ahead and go do his diatribe. You put a question out there. He can't exactly answer it unless he redefines or defines race differently than you. So that's just that. So you can technically hold a W, but Trey can make his point in how he sees race and so forth and so on. So go ahead, Trey. You got it.
All right, so all I'm saying is this. We have different ethnic groups in the United States. The United States, I ain't even got to get into all the European, all the freaking, Asian ethnic groups, all the ethnic groups, people who claim, this African stuff. They are all different, and they've been in what we call the United States for over half a damn millennial. And throughout that time, all these groups are mixed in. We don't look like West Africans. We don't look like East Africans. That's a straight fact. All daggone, guess what? Irish, Germans, Polish, freaking whoever, they've all intermixed.
No, Bernard, this is what you wanted, Bernard.
Hold on, let me finish, Fantastic.
This nigga saying a whole lot of nothing. This nigga talking about Africans. Go ahead, bro.
Let me finish. Now, if you want to maintain this freaking relationship, this whole logic of I'm gonna stick to skin color, I'm gonna stick to fat chicks, that's on you, no shade. But then, like I said the other night, Jordan Peterson on Obsidian, I said the other night on Obsidian, Jordan Peterson is not talking to you because you are stuck in the collective. You are gonna have out here, young cats listening to you will be stuck on stupid. They will continue to run into chicks like Brittaney Renner because you're not telling them to accept personal accountability. You're telling them it's the slut's fault. No, it's their fault for choosing her 100%.
Sounds like you're going to run into trouble with game.
So this nigga did all of that to not prove anything I said wrong.
Bro, you and your feelings, bro. Get out your feelings, bro.
Nigga, it's not about my feelings. You're just dumb.
Fantastic. You and your feelings.
No, Trey, I'll let you have it. I'll let you have it, Trey.
Yeah, you're just dumb. He just let you go on and say a whole bunch of fucking nothing. You didn't disprove anything I said. You danced around everything. You start talking about Africans. What the fuck does Africans even have to do with this fucking conversation? Even though I'm gonna use your own shit against you and prove your point there. Even the Africans that are here deal with themselves and don't date out in the fucking majority, bro. Even the smaller groups that would have more propensity to fucking date out more because there's more other people that surrounded them. What do? They still remain tribalistic and deal with themselves first at the majority, bro. So like I said, Fantastic is right as always. Whether you want to call it tribe, whether you want to call it phenotype, whether you want to call it race, whatever the fuck you want to call it, okay? We are identified as African Americans, whatever the fuck you want to do it. You want to try and get technical, my nigga, you're wrong, okay? No group, white Americans, Hispanic Americans, Native Americans, whoever the fuck, they out at a fucking
Fantastic. You're proving
majority,
your
bro.
stupidity, bro. You're
No,
proving your Navy
you
knowledge,
no
bro. Y'all Navy niggas dumb as hell, bro.
again.
That's it.
Good
morning, Bernard.
All right, we gotta. All right, y'all know I hate muting people, but like I just want to pump the brakes on that because ain't nowhere else y'all could go. Ain't nowhere else y'all can go. But
Bernard, I'm just simply
fantastic. You
Bernard.
made
Where
your
was I
point.
wrong?
You made your points and how
I wasn't wrong in anything. Everything I'm saying it can be backed up and proven by fact.
You
This
stuck on
dude want to
stupid,
do a
bro.
whole bunch of what's okay.
You
So
stuck
I
on
guess the
stupid,
fact
bro.
we gotta let it go. We gotta let it go because
Keep
ain't
dating them
nothing.
fat chicks, bro. That's why you.
Ain't nothing else coming but insults.
even if I'm dating a fat chick, she better than any
Yeah.
ugly ass white
Oh
bitch you
hell
fucking
no,
with,
you,
nigga.
bro. I'm married, bro. Hey, I'm married, bro.
Come on. All
Wife
right.
one of them fat chicks up.
Bernard, he asked for it. Bernard,
Frank.
he the one who started taking them shots. Bernard, you know he ain't built for this shit for me.
He took
Bro,
Don't make me get on that ragged ass white bitch you got, boy. Don't do it.
White. Oh, I guess you don't know.
All right, I got y'all muted. StreamYard got some new commands where I can mute somebody indefinitely and they can't unmute until I unmute them. And when I figure out these new commands, now y'all ain't gonna like it. So just let's keep it cool and let me regain control. All right. Shout out to let's see who in here with the super chats. Too much news. Shout out to Obsidian for always doing the work, even when it often goes unnoticed. Shout out to you.
Thank you.
I know I'm gonna miss some super chats. Okay, E Capone says I got 5 on it. BR. Shout out to E Capone. Fast in his life back in the building says black men love black women more than any man. Absolutely. Fist in the air on that one. Not just playing. But shout out to Fast in his life. Okay, I knew Jay Speed was gonna be with that. Matt Blaylock in the building says, name another religion or country as culturally or racially diverse as America. I don't know if it's one. That's why I think that interracial, intermixing, interbreeding is just going to be just a natural progression is going to happen. I don't think it's that much that could be done about it. Joe Abundance in the building with his abundance mindset. He says the answer is simple: keep American women, black, white, whatever, the recreational purposes or for recreational purposes only. After your 40 plus minimum and you want to settle down, go abroad and find a wife. No need to complain. Thank you for the super chat. Appreciate that. Is that it on the super chats? Okay, cool. Perfect. All right. Game Changer, you've been back waiting for a while. We're gonna go to you and we're gonna go to OGJ Speed. I don't know how much longer we're going to be on, but go ahead, GC, you got it. GC. I saw you post in the chat and now you're back unavailable.
Name changer. Get up there.
All right. Go ahead. Go ahead, OG. You got it. SKC.
Hey,
Real quick. SKC. Thank you for making those look nicer. I did them myself and they look kind of sloppy. If you could lower them down just a little bit, you can send me another one with those lowered down. I'd greatly appreciate it because they are a little higher than what I want them to be. But thank you. That's pretty damn awesome and look real clean. Thank you for that. But yeah. But all right, go ahead, OG. Go ahead and ruin the show before I get off the air.
You know I wouldn't do that to you, man. Hey, look, you're looking good. Cameras are set up right, but you look like you got some damn lifesavers on your arms, like you get ready to make a Star Wars picture. So you need to lower them lights in the back of you. And
yeah, that one is not positioned. That one ain't positioned just quite right, but it's
yeah,
okay.
But every time you lift your arm, look
I know,
like a damn car getting ready to run over me.
I can get rid of that. I can get rid of that. It's just I can just not lift my arm when I got this camera up, or I can put this camera right here. One moment. See, I can put this camera right here, and I can lift my arms as much as I want, and none of that matters. So there's that.
Yeah, your head looks smaller too.
What you? My head looks small. Okay, all right. Yeah. What you got? What you got on the topic? Even though you haven't heard none of the topic.
I heard. I've been up with you all morning this morning because I didn't want you to say that shit that you said the other day. I don't listen to the show before I come on. So yeah, I got here. Old man, he was in his roller skates this morning, and I got to see a Game Changer. and I got to hear Mr. Fantastic. He did bring some information that is 13 states that most black people live at, black men live at in the South, and so you know. But see, this is what make these kind of conversations so confusing because at one moment you be on one side of the street, and then another moment you be on the other side of the street. And see, this is where the bickering starts at because then somebody brings something up that you already don't said, and then now you have to backtrack from that bullshit. And so this is what the problem is, man. There's no blueprint uh in these spaces like this what we're trying to accomplish. Now y'all talk about me. Oh yeah, I want to say this, Bernard, before we go any further. The green room is made for people to sit in, not to do any work on. So please don't take your
No,
young
no,
lady
no, 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 no,
and
no. I said that will become the green room at some point, but right now it's being used. My woman is in there on the computer. StreamYard got something where some you can make somebody in the men where they got full control, can click on stuff and do stuff. She's in the back doing the stuff, and she was bringing up the super chats, reading them, and doing some of the drops and all the all the stuff. She was back manning or womaning the controls, but that will become the green room eventually.
yeah, I just want you to know the green
I
unit
know
is
this
used
stuff.
for people to go and just sit there and wait to come on. That's all. There's no
I
work
know.
done out of it.
I know. I
Okay.
know.
I just
I get
want to
that.
make sure because y'all always fucking around with me when I say the wrong word. So when you say the wrong
We
thing as
got it.
far as the
We got
business,
it. I know,
I
I
want
know
you to be
you
on
feel
point.
honored to be able to come up and correct somebody's English.
Well, no, not really. I just
I'm
worked
just
in the
playing.
business.
I
The business
I
y'all
get
trying to
it.
get in, I've been
I
in it
get it.
35 years.
All right.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Yes. Yes. Back when you was okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I came here on the Mayflower doing this shit.
Right.
So, but anyway, this is kind of discussions that is real good and healthy because now we can start building for what is the position of the black manosphere. We gonna be on one side of the street on the same subject, and then get on the other side of the street when we think it's gonna benefit us. So no, we got to be straight down the line. We got to deal with true facts and actual facts. And no, somebody said something earlier. Science is built around theories, and it stays as a theory even when you call it a fact, because that's the way it can change. I mean, just like motherfuckers thought the Earth was square and they'll fall off the motherfucker. That was science at that time, but and it was a theory till they found out that theory was wrong. So we throw around that goddamn word facts too much. And that's what I was trying to tell you last time I was on your show about sample size.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Game changer. You gonna come back and try to amend one of your defeats from a previous day on this show?
No, I defeated your whole panel that day.
No, you didn't.
Sample
No, you
size
didn't.
cut you right at the knees. You can
You
say
like
shit from
you
there.
like you like one you
Wait, what
you like
happened?
one
Somebody
in you
sound like
like
they working
one
in
in
the kitchen
20.
or something. You got a
Yeah,
chef
game
on there
changer
or
washing
something?
dishes now. Yeah, but you like 1 in 23, OG. I give you one victory. You got one day in because you had some stats or facts that you corrected us on. So I give you one victory. Game changer. You got bad background noise. Are you ready to speak?
Wait, come again? I have a bad connection.
No,
We
you
all know
connect.
that.
You connect. Well, we can hear you just fine, but we also can hear background noise that I believe is coming from you. So I want to give you a chance to get your final words, and we're about to get off here pretty soon. But you've been waiting for a minute. I did want to give you a chance to see what you had to say because you did have a lot of interesting points earlier on in the discussion. So if you got something, go ahead and throw it out there. All
I
right, we
think
gotta
Game Changer
we
works
gotta
for
let Game
Space
Changer
X
go.
on the
We gotta
side.
let Game Changer go. All right, we're gonna go. I'm gonna let Obsidian have the last word. Well, hold on. Before we even go there, Black Man Being Brutally Honest says, great convo. I mean it. Thank you very much for the super chat. Appreciate that. The Mac the Trucker in the building says Bernard just give Jay Speed a one-on-one so he can stop coming up every day. I don't think he just a stubborn old man. He just gonna keep coming back. I don't know if that's gonna help.
Wait a minute. Wait just a goddamn minute. Wait. Can I say something to that Bernard since he used my name?
All right.
See, it's a bunch of thirsty, starving motherfuckers to get on front of the camera. Man, I've been in front of the camera ever since I was 8 years old. I don't need no starving. When I come up here, I come up here with my sense of humor to tell jokes and try to put some truth in the bullshit that y'all talk about. So I don't need a one-on-one.
I
don't need a one-on-one.
Some
you can Google me,
black.
and I ain't talking about any goddamn thing as far as YouTube. You Google me, and you find me on the other side of YouTube. So maybe there are some thirsty brothers who need to do.
You said you was in. You said you was in Hollywood. I would like to see. Can you just like send like a clip of a movie you was in? Like if you know,
somebody pull up. Somebody
he was in
up
Martin,
Congo, and look at the cast member. Somebody go on Martin and look at me and Martin. I was on Living Color 2 years before James.
He got a tight scene in Martin.
He was credited as security guard number 5.
You can say what you want to say, Bernard.
I'm just playing.
I've been there, done it. I know you have. But I'm talking about all these other tap dancing brothers who want that limelight. They don't know what comes with it. And that's what y'all subjects are all today. When you are in the limelight, you can't even choose a damn decent ass woman. So a lot of you brothers out there, y'all gonna be in the same predicament. Same. Y'all wouldn't know a 10 from a 2.
All right, but no. In all seriousness, though, I do want to see some of your work. You don't got to give. I take it if we knew your real name and we typed it in on IMDb, Internet Movie Database, something would come up.
Yes.
Okay, you don't got to give your real name. You don't got to give your real name.
No, that is my real name. I use.
Oh, you what do you use?
J Speed Forney.
J Speed Forney.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna look that up while I pass it to Obsidian to give us the last word.
Hey, can I dip real quick? Hey, Bernard, I'm gonna dip out, Bernard. I appreciate you letting me up, man. And fantastic. No. We can do this one-on-one over on Xavier if you want to have it over here, Bernard. I didn't want to get into the nigga shit, but hey, it is what it is.
Yeah, no, you good, Trey. And
right.
yeah, you all good. You all good.
Take it easy.
Yeah. All right. That was hold on, that was J Speed. I'm not gonna share nothing, but you said J Speed FO what? Say it again. Ara?
N-E-Y. Hey, there's a word called men's.
Hey, hold on, wait. You said FR what?
No, I say F-O as in Oscar.
Oh, J Speed. Oh, damn. Oh, you on Google. You legit. All right. My man. You in here. Okay, cool. All right, go ahead, Obsidian. You got the last word. Take us home. You got the floor.
Yeah.
You got the mic.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to. I was debating this, but today's discussion has told me that it's clear that what I got to talk about tonight because, yeah, we have to be continued later on tonight on my show, 8:00 p.m. EST, and we'll talk about the discussion that Kevin Samuels had with Brittaney Renner and what it means moving forward.
All right. And with that said, we're going to get
closing word.
You had it.
No, I ain't say nothing about the discussion. What y'all real discussion was.
And come on, we gotta get
just 1 minute. That's all I need. 1 minute. 1 minute. Can I have 1 minute, Bernard?
You can have 1 minute.
What's that S on this goddamn thing anyway?
What S? Where?
New fancy ass shit y'all use. What's the S mean? That the circle.
The green. That's Cash App.
Oh, okay. I got you. Okay. Hey, look here. See, this is what happens when you go in the Lions Den. And there's some other shit that I think he did a small insert where she was shopping or somebody was shopping or whatever. See, this is where the bullshit starts at. You know what I mean? It's starting to seem like We'll have internet pimps like we have preacher pimps. And I'm just being honest. You don't talk about something in a certain way and then you join hands in another way. It just, I don't care if it's business or not. What the hell you been talking about all this time if you go do that? That's it. I know that kind of throws you a little bit, but
yeah, it did. All right. I don't know what the hell that was. All right, yeah, we getting up out of here. Black Manosphere meetup. Y'all can it got to November 15th. You got November 15th. I'll be there. Obsidian will be there. Little Big Nate, Sir Ty Sub-Zero, and Theo. I'm forgetting some names, but make sure that y'all are there. Oh, The Naked Truth by Annette says J Speed is making sense. Even KS looked smitten. What? Okay, yeah, that's in your you got something against young attractive women, and you're showing your cards with the 4 super chats that you sent, that I do appreciate, but you are showing your cards that you got a little something against young attractive women. Kevin Samuelson looks smitten. Like, come on. All right. We getting up out of here. And we are up out of here. Where's it at? We out of here. Peace. Today's show is brought to you by the Division 6 comic book, created and produced by Michael Varner and executive producer Theodore Young. Division 6 is a James Bond meets Mission Impossible like geopolitical thriller. The protagonist is Seth Banks, an African-American male genius in cryptology and economics that secretly works for a rogue organization of the CIA called Division 6. Be sure to click the link in the chat room or in the video description to view the comic book. New chapters are added bi-weekly.